Well, well, well.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. The brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race.
What's up, guys?
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
So see that? Bitches.
What? What was that, Bert?
So see that? Bitches.
Bitches. Thank you guys for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is Cold Beer Confessional. How's it going? What's up? How's it happening? Bitchy Bird is giving it another go. Oh, no. Oh, no. You bleeped yourself. Bitches. Bitch. Bert. Bert. We got to get over this, Bert. They know where I live. I don't care.
Going to do what we were doing.
No, let's skip around and see what we got.
As badly as I
How bad is his audio, chat? Scale 1 to 10. 10 being the worst.
I was trying to catch Shadow, and he's made a game of it. He just wants to be chased, and I'll have to take more time.
It sounds like he's talking through razor wire. What the fuck was that?
In the chase of Shadow, if I'm going to have him in the opening of the show. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, so here we are. We're going to find out if I was able to do anything with this computer. We had really bad audio problems last night, about 20 minutes in.
Is it just a bunch of processing on it? Like it sounds like metallic-y, like robot-like, and it's popping and cracking.
Prior to that, it sounds fine. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. 5 by 5 says Robert. Thank you, Robert. I'm going to try and do a show. Now, I prepared one. Folks, if it goes haywire, and right now I'm not crazy about the way the microphone sounds, but if you guys like it, it's a little bit thin to me, but
That's a little better.
we're going to leave it like it is. We're going to see if we have the problems that we had last night. There was one lady in the room, and I swear to goodness, you guys, I have the hardest time remembering you guys' handles.
Well, to be fair, at their age, I wouldn't be surprised if 3 or 4 of them died.
And so, the lady's name ends in 90. Christine, there she is. So she was giving me a bunch of advice last night, which I'm very grateful for. And I took it. But I waited until I could contact my IT person. Here's the thing, folks. You see all this stuff around me? I'm really good at hooking it up and making it work. I'm really good at making your Shadow just walk by back there. Did you see that?
Are you? No. It seems like your shit's never working.
I'm really good at getting it all to work with lights in. But when it's time to start typing on that damn computer, when it's time to start doing that, it's when I start looking for some younger brain cells to walk me through it. So help was on its way this morning, or today, this afternoon. We redid Windows. I updated the Windows. The night before, I did all the other stuff that Christine, I think it was Christine, suggested.
I'm the 4 followers you
I
lost.
came in late, and my sound was every other word. I rebooted my phone.
Yeah, so last night it was almost like a noise gate was cutting off, was like had too much time on it when it was open and closed. It was just crazy.
The dryer buzzed, hung up my clothes, logged back in, waiting for 2 commercials, and he was off. I stopped the show. You guys couldn't hear it. So I didn't think there was any point in continuing to do what we were doing. So anyway, Christine, I did what you asked, or what you suggested, is since I put in, we'll have to see. The night before, I did all the other stuff. Got rid of the cookies, and cleared the history, did all that. That didn't help. What I'm doing now is, since I put in the new internet, I thought that was going to fix it. I didn't fix it. Which kind of sucks, because now I'm paying more for the internet, but it is
Why would the internet fix your audio?
much, much better. And so it has to be an improvement, just not one that we've seen or heard, but ultimately that's got to be an improvement. So I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to go, even though right now I am paying for both of them, because I have to wait till the month is over, and then I'm going to drop the T-Mobile. So then, let's go to getting in all the cookies and all that. That didn't help either. So this...
Wouldn't your video fuck up before your audio would? Like if your internet bandwidth was an issue, wouldn't your video fuck up first?
We updated Windows. And now we're going to see, and of course, that changed all my settings and all my other software that I had to go back in today and fix. I hope I fixed it. So there's one other thing I can do, but it's not recommended by the manufacturer of the ATM, the Blackmagic ATM. It's not recommended. You guys give me a second and check out the logo for me, okay?
We're going off the charts here. It's not even recommended, guys.
All right, so I
Listen to how strong that buzz is. Holy fuck. Listen. Sounds like he's being electrocuted.
So I hope that this is working. So far, it sounds great. That's great. Thank you, Christine. I rely on my IT person to walk me through this stuff because I'm telling you right now, it's Greek to me. And the thing is one of these computers is running Windows 10, which is easy to operate. Windows 11, not so much. And so I got Windows.
There isn't that big a deal between Windows 10 and Windows 11, to be honest with you.
Because I spend all day working on the computer that has Windows 10. And I only use this one over here when we go live. So far, it looks like you are right here in my computer room in person. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So it kind of was like that yesterday, too. And I apologize for getting so frustrated yesterday. But here's the thing. Here's the deal, you guys.
So he yelled at all of his followers, told them to kiss his ass. They never understand what it takes to run a successful show. Neither would Bert, but
I wear my
still.
emotions on my sleeve. Pick a fight with me and you're in a fight. That's it. That's all. And I'm like that in person, too. If we're friendly and everything's fine, it's all good, but smart off, I mean, I'm a smart off of you. This is the way I do things. Like a broke-ass Donald Trump. I'm like Donald Trump with no money. I'm still doing it the same way. And so Christine says it's just something you have to play with and get used to it.
I've got to change the way my boot drive is to get Windows 11. I haven't done it yet. I need to.
Update. Here's the deal. I was just speaking to my IT person, who's not like a professional IT person. That person has an IT person at their job.
It's a random person that just knows more about computers than Bert does. Just like his last IT person was a random person that knows more about.
And they run a huge multi-million-dollar corporation, and she's like third in charge of the whole place. And she says she's been avoiding updating her computer at work because she handles everything, and it just changes everything. And she goes, I'll spend 3 days at work, and she's a salaried employee, but she has such a work ethic. She doesn't like to waste a single second of her time. And she goes, I've been avoiding it too. Excuse me. As you guys probably saw, as I was fading out, because I got
God, when he comes back in, that buzz is so bad, dude. Every time he turns his mic back on, listen.
As you guys probably saw, as I was fading
It sounds like a bug zapper.
out, because I got my fade set on, I had to sneeze. So there, I fixed it. Short of fade. And she's going, I understand exactly why you don't want to have to go back in every 2 weeks and reprogram OBS, which you guys are, if you don't stream live, you're not familiar with it. OBS is a free program, but it's one everybody uses, that allows you to stream whatever it is you're producing in your studio to the internet. You have to go through that portal, that piece of software. And it constantly says it's time to update, time to update. Well, the thing that I send all the camera shots through, it says don't change it. Stay with that one, because every time you update it, it creates problems. And this device is about 3.5 years old.
My ATM Mini says I can't update OBS.
So it's a catch-22. It's you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, right? So anyway.
So typically, if you have a pretty good setup running and you're doing podcasts or whatever, or at least everybody I've talked to is doing podcasts, you don't want to be on the bleeding edge, right? Unless you're like really into like figuring stuff out and changing and overlays and like with our animations and all that shit, I need to be pretty close to the most recent release of OBS, right? Or stuff starts breaking. I have an update pending right now, and that's probably why our Buy Me a Coffee stuff is not currently working. But once it's been out for a couple weeks and you can go and see what people are bitching about, complaining about, and what it has broken during the update, and they've rolled out revisions to that update, you're pretty good to go. There's no sense in being like fucking 10 versions behind on OBS.
Getting back to my way of trying to make up to the folks I got angry with last night, the biggest reason I got frustrated was people complaining over and over and over about the same thing. I know, I can't fix it. I'm trying to fix it. Christine says I went from Windows 10 to Windows 11, nothing changed. Well, see, the thing is,
he still lies about Phil's mic. Like so Phil's got the Shure now, but the last mic Phil has was like a $400 or $500 mic. He's like, oh, there's a toy mic that streamers use.
I'm sure I don't know, Christine, what it is you do with your computer, but it's probably not.
Video game players, I think is what he said they use them.
So let me zoom in for you. This right here is called a Black View. That right there is my computer. Right there. All right, that's the Windows 11 device. And see this right here? This little guy right here runs all these camera shots. And
look how many of them's empty. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And all the why do you need all those camera shots, bro? By the way, I've got multiple cameras as well. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras set up. You can do it without the ATM Mini, okay? all this does is make it easy for people that are used to broadcast, right? Because it has your transitions built in, your transition timers, and you hit whatever camera you want to be on. But you can't do this cool shit like I do, where like when I first change this screen, I slide in from the side. So if we go to Linda Benda.
Hey, Daddies, it's me, the Linda.
Now see how my camera slides in from the side? You can't do shit like that, right?
And it has to talk to this program over here, which is OBS. If this right here, I'll move myself over there. If this right here can't talk to this right here, there's none of this right here. Okay? Which is neat. These two have to communicate with each other. Well, when you change the operating system here, and it changes anything here, this doesn't know what it's talking to.
His OBS is set up like shit. You want to see how an actual OBS is set up, Bert? Here you go. All right, so this is my OBS. You're going to see an infinite version of me, right? But his just has like this bottom menu, and there isn't hardly shit on this bottom menu, right? He's got his vocals, he's got some type of animation here or timer, and then he's got his broadcast controls. So when you actually set up OBS for what you're trying to do, so see this chat here over to the side? That's you guys. And this is hold on. This is a plugin. So like if I want to highlight one of your all's chats, see how that highlighted on the screen? Okay. But not only that, that's layered. Okay. That's 5 layers. So we have chat 2, restream controls. This is Twitch activity feed. The Orin board controls. Stream elements controls. Okay. Some of them are not no loading right now, but they will. They just take time to load. Okay. And then even down here behind the chat where you guys can't see, I've got stream controls. I've got TikTok chat. I've got vertical stream elements, canvas. I've got media controls, and I've got all my scene transitions manually use. Now I've got audio monitor, audio mix, and draw. See this down here? Woo woo. See how we're drawing on the screen? Then we got scenes, sources, and all these scenes are nested. See how many scenes I have here? Let's see how many scenes Bert has. Bert has 2 scenes with, he has 1, 2 scenes with 1, 2, 3, 4 sources. So all my scenes and sources are nested. So this camera is the camera that I'm on. You guys see me right here repeated in the bottom is in this scene, but it's its own scene called main camera. Boom. So see, this is a scene. And then when I go back to main show,
I was like a ninja.
This is a scene within a scene because it's a nested scene. Right? So you get that? It's a lot more complicated, but Bert is like an elementary kid saying, I know everything. I know how to work this, and this is so complicated. He's literally the example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. You don't understand how complicated this is and what this all does. Like, Bert, you're barely, you dabble, okay? You dabble, okay? We get it now?
Okay. Now, over here is another computer. It's behind there. It's right there. It's just like this one. It's identical, except it's a year older, so it's running Windows 10. And then way over here is another computer that's running Windows 10. And then you move me out of the way. And unfortunately, this piece of crap back here is running Windows 97. I have to update that. That's why the other monitor's not working.
Windows 97.
So if you're just switching from 10 to 11, probably not going to notice anything. But all these other deals are all trying to... And then this camera right here is connected to there.
He loves telling his audience, and I'm sure it is for Bert's age, but he loves telling his audience how overly complicated, not even the computer. Like when his audience is trying to tell him to get a job, he's like, you don't understand how the restaurant, bar scene, entertainment works in you live in Las Vegas, I want to hear it. It's always too complicated for you to understand. Only Bert could possibly understand the situation.
This guy. And if you don't have this...
I'm trying to find, I can't remember what Phil's mic was. I'm looking for it now.
Okay. But folks, I knew jack, jilly, nothing about any of this when I first started doing podcasting. I didn't know the first thing about it.
Attention law enforcement. You took an oath to protect.
Hold on. I'll just skip this ad. You're going to hear 2 videos for a minute.
What happens to our body.
Thing is, that's what I have to have. If I'm going to bring you guys all those news stories and tell you all those clips and do it.
Not at all.
Right, now I can pause it. Oh, shit.
Let's see, that's over.
Won't you click?
I don't do it. I set all this up in advance. So all I have to do is just basically hit play and go. I take it and drag it from one monitor to another and hit play. So there it is. I still have a little bit of a runny nose tonight. I don't know what. I think I'm allergic to messing up. I'll be right back.
Oh, my God. He's blowing his nose again? He said that if he got a job, if he tried to get a job in a bar,
See, that's
God damn, that buzz is bad. If he tried to get a job in a bar, because that's where apparently all his experience was, he owned all these bars, ran these bars, they were so successful, but his wife cheated on him and left him, and that's why he lost them or whatever. If he goes to get a job at a bar, just bartending, they will Google his name, find out who he is, all the bar experience he has, and a manager would never hire him because they're afraid that he's going to take over their business. But if you're a manager of a bar, wouldn't you want somebody like, hey, the only position I've got open right now is just a regular bartender. But with your experience, we would love for you to come in. If you could manage one of our locations, that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Most other podcasters have someone else doing while they're on the air. You know, and all the clips I play you, there's not a single clip from anybody that I play you where they're the only guy, the one-man band. That's what I am.
I love nested scenes. The reason being is because all my animations. So like I have an animation where like I pop up and it says that song like you're an asshole, blah blah blah. That's the same nested camera. So I guess you guys don't even know about this. Hold on. So check this out. I have one scene that is just I'm about to switch to the scene, so you're gonna see it. I have one scene. All right, see how you don't see anything on the screen? This scene right here is every animation that you could potentially set off on my show through donations or whatever. Old ones, new ones, they're all here. So like if I highlight one of these, so that's just Phil coming out, and that activates with this pony, right? And then that. So I'm going to activate this, then I'm going to switch back very quickly. Okay, let me activate a longer one. This is Scott McKay's school bus. So first I'm going to show it to you. All right, so you see that animation, right? That is Scott McKay's chore bus. So if I turn this on, and then I switch back to what you're usually watching, the main show, you'll see it coming across the screen. That's its own scene running completely in the background. Hashtag just killed dad. He stops for a second, sets the brakes, takes off again. Now that's pretty badass, dude. Let's go back to command animations. So that's the scoot bus. What about Mary
These
Mary?
are symbols of evil people. Evil people.
God, there's so many in here that we don't even use anymore. What about Jeff B's head rolling around the screen? It's a strike. We got you sure about that?
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about it. Okay, I don't want to do the asshole one. We got Drunk Carrie.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
Coming across on her yacht.
Drinking. I'm a little
That's an
bit
actual
drunk, I'm a
picture of
little bit
Carrie, by the
drunk,
way.
'Cause I'm drinking.
What about this one? You guys missed
For
this one?
reference, this is how hairy my butt is right now.
Pancakes! So there you go. That is every animation that I have here. Like there's like 30 of them nested in this one scene. And when they go off, they play on top of this scene. And if it uses my camera, it literally pulls my camera down, right? Okay, so here's what happens. You're looking at this screen right here, right? A wipe comes across the screen. So just like a big black box comes across the screen and hides everything. It times out my camera in this scene, pulls my camera up through the animation, puts me on the screen, and sings the asshole song. Then it wipes the whole screen again, times out the big camera, brings the little camera back in from the side, and slides me back in. Like that's like 3 hours of programming a fucking animation. You know what I mean? And Bert's like, well, I got this ATEM Mini, and it says fade, and then it has a timer where you pull the bar down and it fades me. The fuck out of here, Bert.
So
this is the scenes I've got. Intro, story time, main show, main record, main camera, charity overlay, overhead 1, overhead 2, overhead 3, vertical scene, guest cam, command animations, VTuber overlay, sound alerts, hype train animation, TikTok cam, TikTok direct, and images in case I want to show just a static image. Like, I put some work into this bitch, Bert. You don't know yet. But if you need some pointers, I'm available. Okay?
good, bad, or indifferent is what I'm stuck with because I've got to spend all this money and all this time on it. I have to stay with it. I can't just give up on it. So I'm trying. And to those of you that got aggravated with me last night, listen, I know it's the holidays, and I know I'm asking you guys every night to make a donation. Every podcaster does it. Every podcaster is asking you.
Oh, by the way, it's the holidays, so if you guys can make a donation, and if you don't, you can kiss my ass because that's what Bert said to his followers. Okay?
Shape, form, or fashion to support their show. Support our show by purchasing items from our advertisers. They're trying to send you out and make my pillows yourself. I can stop asking for donations as much and just ask you to buy the products that sponsor the show. That's my ultimate goal. But the way for me to get there is for the people that are here watching the show now to be.
Trump also said that he has completely rebuilt the area that was destroyed by Helene. He's like, you guys were sitting in the mud, just sitting around the mud. We're still fucking sitting in the mud, bro. What do you mean you've rebuilt it?
Supportive and keep helping me keep this going so that we can grow it to the point where I've got advertisers.
I have both Advanced Scene Switcher and God, what are all the plugins I have? What is that guy's name that does all the fucking? Hold on. I basically have every plugin this guy's ever made. Let me look up his name. Advanced Scene Switcher. I've got Advanced Scene Switcher. He didn't make that one. But there's a guy that makes like all these fucking Exceldro. Yes, Exceldro. You knew as soon as I started talking about it. I just found his name too. I have every plugin Exceldro's ever fucking made. And his transition table and his I have every fucking plugin he's ever fucking. That guy's a genius, dude. That guy's a fucking genius. The Advanced Scene Switcher looks like the one I've got. Well, I've got two of them. Warm Up Till made it, but I think I've got an Advanced Scene Switcher from Exceldro as well. I know I've got his downstream keyer. I've got everything he's ever made. So there's that. Exceldro made this one. This draw on screen. This is an Exceldro plugin, and I don't use. What I used to do is I would open up Paint. I know no one really cares about this, but me and Desolate are having a time here. Okay, I used to pull up an oversized version of this. And then it was clear table, and all these toolbars were actually over here over chat, so you couldn't see them, right? And it would be an oversized, a full screen version of this, and it's just chroma green. So on my end, I see it as green, right? But it's in its own overlay, so it's behind my OBS. And then I would draw on that, and it would technically be drawn on that chroma. I could draw on any color but green, basically. But it would be a full screen canvas that you guys just couldn't see. I could see the canvas if I wanted to, but it was also hidden over to the side, and I would draw on that with my pen. I still use this a lot of times because it's got all the tools. It's got more tools built into it, but this built-in draw app is pretty fucking badass, to be honest with you. You got clear, erase, color, pencil. He's added some shit to it, so it's not bad if I just want to highlight something.
Now, that's a lot of inside baseball, but it's me being honest with my viewers, which I'm always honest with you guys, to the point where sometimes I get pissed off and I tell you I'm pissed off. But at least you know you're dealing with somebody who's going to tell you how they actually feel. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but that is what it is. And so when the people start complaining that they don't want to, I don't, first of all, I love all you folks, I do, but those of you last night, they kept on saying, well, I'm doing my best, I've picked you. I'm not talking to you. if you're sending money every once in a while, even every once in a while, if you're a person who donates regularly to the show, I wasn't complaining to you. You didn't need to go in there. I've done the best I can. So many people think that they're the only person watching the show.
Yeah, an empty PNG. Yeah, you're right.
and sometimes I look at the camera and all I see is me, and I think I'm just talking to myself like a crazy person.
Sometimes.
People watching. And
there's a lot of people watching. Are there? There was 14 thumbs up. How many people are watching? You know?
There's a lot of people watching after the show is over. And unfortunately, because the way Rumble is set up, I know I'm going on. I don't hope you guys don't mind. Rumble doesn't let you see the chat room.
I got to get off OBS. I'll talk about OBS all night. So I'm moving on.
Replay. Those of you that don't watch the replay, Jack's not there.
OBS is amazing. I did not know how to use OBS before I started streaming. And I found some of my old streams, and they were kind of shitty. I tried using, like, overlays that other people had made. And then I started learning OBS because I wanted to stream. And then a couple of much bigger streamers than me, a lot bigger streamers than me, saw a video that I made and put in an OBS forum about some OBS overlays that I was making with Leorin Board was the name of the program at the time. And I worked for 3 really big streamers and one that's close to them, I guess, not as big, and signed NDAs and stuff, but and non-competes that helped them with their stream. And it just happened randomly. I didn't make a lot of money. I didn't do it for long. It was more like troubleshooting their problems. But I learned so much from that because I didn't know the fucking answer. They asked me to help, said they'd pay if I could fix this problem. I went to the forums and just started studying this shit.
And then see, there's these people like Snazzy Granny who's taking it personally. Last night and now tonight. Okay, Bert, geez. There are people that haven't seen this episode yet, that didn't see last night's episode, that deserve an explanation. And I'm going to take my time on my show to give that explanation.
Damn, Bart, chill.
Monday night quarterbacking from the cheap seats. Hey, you should run the flow, not the pad. No, not that one, run that one. What did that guy say up there? Well, he just told us how to run the game. We couldn't hear his ass. I love y'all. So anyway, I'm trying to say to those of you that got aggravated with, some of you got kicked out here, and you're not coming back. One person begged and begged and begged one of the people that helped me out here. Please, Albert, let me back in the chat room. Please, and the first thing she did was call me a turd. Because you know, like, whatever the hell it was I said. You begged and begged and begged to get back in, so you could use your one time to make
You banned somebody for calling you a turd?
and call the host. So your ass is gone and you're never coming back. Make up another name. Come back. Be smart with me. I'll know it's you. You're gone again. That's just the way we're going to do things. And as much as I want you guys here, I'll be honest with you. There's not enough people watching the show for us to anybody in the world to care about whether this show lives or dies. It's just you guys. It's me and you. We're trying to build it together right here. You guys are here all the time. I hope you're rooting for me for the show to get bigger. But I will tell you that the people that dislike the show are the first ones to let you know it down there in the whatchamacallit. Because they had that thing loaded before my intro music stopped playing. I hadn't even come on camera yet. So I know what to expect. I know there's haters. I don't care. You know, pardon my friend.
Use a, okay, blue screen. Oh, a blue light to make a blue screen and it'd be like a projected wall. That is cool.
Joke them if they can't take a fuck. And
I like, I was putting together a conspiracy video one time that never got completely edited and put out. And we were, me and Mariah used to do a segment on the show where she would bring a conspiracy and I would bring a conspiracy. And I set up I still got the projector here. I set up a projector with that played video, but I set it up like to make it look like an old timey projector where it has like the cuts and you can hear the shuffling in it. And I like where there's like, in film, a lot of times or in videos, they'll do like a projector's like playing like an old grainy blah, blah, blah. And then the guy walks in front of that projector and it's still projected on his face and skin and says something and the projector cuts. I love that. I think that's a really cool element to add to a video. Like the projector shooting on the person. Like you have the official narrative, right? The official narrative up on the wall projecting. And then you come in, you're breaking into the official narrative and giving, some little talking point that kind of breaks the official narrative verbally and breaks that connection in your brain. And then the projector cuts off and it's you standing there and do the rest of the video. I think that's a cool element to do.
That's the way I feel about it. And that's the way I feel about pretty much everything at this point. I'm going to continue to try and bring you guys some informative information. We'll try. But to come in here and you be, like, it's not about being disloyal. It's about being disrespectful to somebody who's working his ass off to try to bring you something of value. I looked into it today, and there's actually a way. We're not doing it tonight, but I'm going to just tell you. This is where it's going to go. Snazzy says go to locals, maybe see who your true followers are. Donors, too. It's true, Snazzy, and I've been considering all those things. Carol Watson says, dang, I'm not sure what that means. Too many bells and whistles. So all of that from last night is behind us now. I dumped the show. I know I was over in checking out another show. People in the chat room, or whatever it was, whatever. You guys live vicariously through me. I understand that. If I weren't me, I would want to be me, too. So, I get it. No, I'm just kidding around. But anyway. Final thought. Okay, so here's the thing.
Oh, sorry, I was playing with draw.
If you're on your phone,
Not bad.
I don't know.
I didn't know you guys were looking.
I'm blind as a bat, and I can't fly, which sucks. I mean, at least flying bats can fly. And I have to put these on. I don't carry these with me.
At least flying bats can fly. You're right.
Because
Not land bats, though. Those bastards.
one of them. See here? But I'm not in public enough for these people to look at me like I'm some kind of crazy person. What the hell? It's a monocle, what it is. And my cat chews the heck out of them. But anyway, I don't take them out, so I don't.
Yeah, that's cool.
Making phone calls. And taking pictures. So at the bottom of your screen, if you're watching on a PC, it says subscribe. If you subscribe for $10, it automatically takes
I was gifting subs, Bert, and you didn't like that.
subscribers. So, I don't know.
Did you guys notice? I just noticed this and I can't unsee it. During Trump's White House address, his suit had no lapel, or maybe it just blended in so well, and it's impossible to unsee. Like, his suit looks so weird that either there's no lapel there or you can't see the lapel. It just looks so fucking strange. I don't know. Just go back and look at a picture of it or watch the video.
When I used to think that all the podcasters...
Aquabats. That makes sense.
Turns out it isn't. It's every man for himself. And step on the other guy if you can, because it's just kind of fun to do. That's what a lot of these guys think. I used to watch Phil Godleski. He's a QAnon guy. I don't like QAnon. But I stayed on his show so that I could see what QAnon was talking about. And the more I saw it, the more I realized I didn't agree with it. Blah, 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 blah. But he was also a guy that believes in the flat earth model. So I figured...
Oh, yeah. Flat earth. I forgot about that.
Unless it's... I'm not ranting, but if you do a Rumble rant, it's like this. You have to put in your credit card. You click on Rumble rant. It takes your question. It puts it right at the very top and it highlights it. And for 1 minute, for $1, your question can get answered.
Rumble rant them questions to him. He needs that money, boys. By the way, I on Rumble, there's always someone that comes into my chat, and they're like, I don't remember the guy's name, but it's like somebody's name in a state. They're like, John Alabama said he wants to talk to you on his stream right now. He's live, and I think it's a bot because it posts the same thing 3 or 4 times every fucking show. I don't know what the fuck that is in Rumble chat.
And the pictures that they send us, that they show us, are fake. And you can prove it in Photoshop. Every single picture of the Earth from outer space is Photoshopped. It's created, and they say it right on NASA's website. It's created through artificial means because we can't, they say this, not us, they can't get high enough into outer space to take a picture of the Earth, so they take a close-up picture of it, and then they expand it out as far as they have to make it look like a round planet. They say it right there on NASA.
That's not true. Absolutely, that's not true. What they're confusing is the fact that...
Because he did so great.
Hold on. They're digital photos. They're digital photos. If you want an old school photo, you don't want it to be a digital photo, there is one from the surface of the moon.
For the first time in human history, humans left Earth.
You know, I just started clicking away and changing the f-stops, and fortunately one of the pictures came out.
That picture is probably the picture of the century. We thought we were going there to study the moon. No, we went to the moon. We learned a lot about the moon. But most of all, we learned about a new way to look at the Earth. For the first time in human history.
It's literally from the moon. Like, what the fuck? It's from the moon. Nope, that one's fake. Nope, that one's fake. Nope, they faked it. They're digital photos.
They've been lying to us forever about the space program. Everyone has an opinion, I guess. This is an opinion. This is a fact. My opinion is, anytime the government is talking to you, consider the fact that you're being lied to, period. If you do that, you're way better off than believing everything they said. Remember? Wear the mask, 15 days to curb the whatever and this and that, and it took 2 years, and it turns out they poisoned us all. The government's a bunch of damn liars. Donald Trump being in charge of the government doesn't mean the government is suddenly not lying to you anymore. It means they're lying to him, and he's falling for it, and he's going along with it. Because that's what they do. They're the best liars in the world. So anyway, back to my story. For $1, you get your question goes to the top, I answer it, and if you want your question to stay at the top for 5 minutes, you put in $5. Every time you ask a question, you got to pay $1. It's like a kissing booth.
What the fuck? Who would relate it to a kissing? What the fuck?
I'm saying the flat Earth theory is an opinion. So is the round Earth. It's just an opinion. It's a hypothesis.
No.
It's a lie to make us not believe in God. That's what it is. The round Earth theory is
okay.
That we all
that makes sense.
Purple polka-dotted air bubbles, as Rush Limbaugh used to say. And that there was a big explosion in outer space billions of years ago, and everything, dust and particles went everywhere, and then all of a sudden a rock spun around sideways and it grew and grew and grew and became the Earth. And there's no God. That's what science wants you to believe. I don't believe that. That's why I had a problem in high school. We had to go sit down with my biology teacher because my 3rd year in high school, I still had not passed biology. Why? Because I would not take a test that said man evolved from an ape to a human being. All those questions, I marked them out. I didn't answer them. You failed the test. No, I didn't. You just don't like my answer. And I'm not going to say what you want me to say just to pass your damn class. So the principal had to go, okay, listen, he knows the work. He knows it. It was kind of a mess. But it wasn't just that. It was anything that had to do with evolution. Evolution is a lie. God created us. Where is the link? They call the missing link between the monkey and us, the right one, because there ain't no link. So anyway, I don't want to have to go to the Rumble rant process in order to get my audience to help support the show. If that's what I have to do, I will do it.
I don't want to do it.
And I don't know.
By the way, he's already got Rumble Rants turned on. I don't know what else he's going to fucking do. You know what I mean? Like, they're already turned on. No one's using them, Bert. You're just going to ignore the chat unless they do?
I might lose half my audience, but I might double my income. And wouldn't that suck? You lose half your audience and double your income, and you think to yourself, this is what a gay bar feels like. I just thought that up. All right. Now, so if you haven't forgiven me for last night.
What did he just say? Gay bar? What did he say?
You lose half your audience and double your... I don't know. I might lose half my audience, but I might double my income. And wouldn't that suck? You lose half your audience and double your income, and you think to yourself, this is what a gay bar feels like.
Lose half your audience, double your income. This is what a gay bar feels like.
I just thought that up. All right. Now, so if you haven't forgiven me for last night, I'm sorry. Can't help it. Can't do anymore. Can't say anymore. It is what it is. If I get bent out of shape again, I'm just going to get bent out of shape again. All right, we're going to start with Megyn Kelly on Ben Shapiro's attacking her. See, this is a girl who thinks the way I think. And she's married. Of course she is. I only just found out that Marjorie Taylor Greene was single. I didn't know that. She just got engaged to a reporter. Did you guys know that? Marjorie Taylor Greene just got engaged to, I don't think he's a Fox News guy, but he might be. I think he's a Newsmax guy. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, the guy that's, you don't know that the fucking White House correspondent is Marjorie Taylor Greene's fucking, what the fuck? I forgot to go get that story for you. So anyway, I didn't know she was single. How you doing? Okay, here's Megyn Kelly.
Your name came up on the stage last night in regards to pretty much all of this. Would you like the opportunity to respond?
Well, I found it kind of funny that Ben thinks he has the power to decide who gets excommunicated from the conservative movement, which shows a willful blindness about his position in it. It reminded me a little of when the girl who was the head of our middle school chorus resentful wants her victims because I won't do what they say. They need me. I have to be their daddy and step in to protect them.
All right, I'm pausing this for a second. Hey, Predzilla, go screw yourself. Predzilla is in here under a different name and you have just been kicked out.
Who? Pretzilda.
Use that user forever. Her boyfriend is from RSBN, Right Side Broadcasting. Thank you, Judah Bees. Yeah, I knew it was a conservative news outlet, but I wasn't sure who it was. I was going to pull that story for you. Anyway, let's get back to this.
And I am not their daddy, and I resent that he thinks he's in a position to decide who must say what to whom and when. Thank you. So I don't think we are friends anymore. I've been a very good friend to Ben. Nobody knew who the heck Ben Shapiro was when I started putting him on my shows on the Fox News channel, and I helped make him a star. Yep. And I've been very, very good to Ben over the years, and he's been good to me too. He just recently came on my tour, as did you, and I gave him the most kind introduction I could possibly give him because I know that he's losing subscribers a lot.
Yes, he is.
And so I tried to do something nice for him by giving him a long 10-minute intro and personally vouching for him, and we mixed it up on Israel, out on stage. It wasn't Israel, because we're in the same place in Israel. We mixed it up over whether Tucker Carlson should be excommunicated from the conservative movement, which I do not believe, and thank you.
All right, here's a video on NASA's edited, I think I've watched this one before.
Now, you've seen those breathtaking images from NASA. Stars born in clouds of gas, tangled galaxies, colors that look fantastic and vivid. And then someone suddenly says that this isn't real, that NASA edits all these pictures. Well, guess what? They're right. NASA does edit their photos, every single one. The catch is that it's not to deceive us, but rather to reveal what we could never see on our own. You see, color is a weird thing. It's just waves of light and energy flying through space. When these waves hit some object, a banana, a chair...
What were you doing, Pretzelda?
Absorb some of the waves, eating a part of the spectrum. But some of it bounces back into our eyes. That bounced light is what we perceive as the object's color. There's an entire spectrum of these waves, from short ones to long ones. As they get longer, they move to the red spectrum and turn into infrared, microwaves, and radio waves. World at all.
Ah, we know how color works.
Chilling until it hits something.
So now.
A planet, spaceship, or an astronaut. Every time light hits something, some of it gets absorbed, some of it reflects and continues to travel. So we get less and less light every time it hits something. And when you enter a nebula, which is basically tons of dust particles around a gas cloud, light quickly starts to scatter and disappear. Nebulae, which is the plural of nebula, also grow naturally from ionized gases like hydrogen, oxygen, sulfur, radiating light in specific spectral lines. But it's super faint as well. Remember, our eyes see things only when light bounces off those things in our eyes. On top of that, the color detecting cones in our eyes aren't so great, in that they need lots of light to activate. We can't see faint stuff unless there's something emitting light right there nearby. We wouldn't see anything. In other words, for us, the entire space would be like a room with lights turned off. The potentially beautiful nebulas and planets are there, but if you don't have a lamp nearby, you can't see them in all their glory. When there's lots of light around, rods take over. Another type of cell that's great for motion and dark vision, but terrible for color. So in deep space, all we'd see are dim whites and grays. Now, if you were flying around on a spaceship, the stars would look sharp, white, and non-twinkling. You'd be able to see some reddish or bluish tints to the brighter ones, like Betelgeuse or Rigel. But a lot of things would be dim, gray smudges at best. The Milky Way might appear as a cloudy band, not rainbowy like in astrophotography. Nebulae would look like faint, fuzzy clouds with no color, unless it's something something that glows very brightly, like the Orion Nebula. In our solar system, astronauts can see stuff thanks to the sun, or when they're near illuminated planets or spacecraft. Planets like Jupiter and Mars retain some color for our eyes. Meanwhile, on Earth, the sky would look black during the day if we had no atmosphere. The sun would be a bright disk in a void as seen from the moon. If only we had super-sensitive cone cells that could detect light better than we do and see even faint things. Oh wait, we actually do have technology for that. Long exposure cameras and telescopes. And telescopes are great for that. They often use long exposures to gather light over minutes or entire hours. That lets them capture photons we'd never collect with our eyes. When telescopes like Hubble or the James Webb take photos, they're not snapping pretty pics like those on Instagram. They're collecting all this raw, invisible data, numbers and faint light that's both within and beyond human vision. The James Webb Space Telescope doesn't even see visible light. It's built to detect infrared or heat. Telescopes like that work like time machines. They show not only distant galaxies, but also what those galaxies looked like billions of years ago. We see stars that have long since gone out, and galaxies that may have already disappeared. All because the James Webb can pierce through gas and dust and see galaxies so old that their light has been stretched into infrared wavelengths as the universe expands. In other words, this telescope isn't made to let us take aesthetic photos. Its main goal is to study the history of the universe. Now, at first, this stuff looks like grayscale or even black images. When the James Webb sends data back, it looks empty. But during post-processing, astronomers map wavelengths they receive to visible colors. Every color in those pictures is
They map the wavelength to the color that it should be.
for a reason. It highlights specific wavelengths, gases, or temperatures. In any case, it shows what would otherwise be completely hidden from our eyes. Sometimes they show only stuff a human eye can see. Sometimes they shift colors or add something to show elements or intensities. For example, let's say you're studying a supernova, a star blowing itself to pieces. You need to see its degree clearly to understand what's going on. That means you'd play with the contrast or adjust color balance to reveal specific gases and find pale objects near bright ones. Want to check out a weird rock on Mars? You zoom in, adjust the lighting, boost the shadows. Photographers do this every day, so scientists do it too, because clarity means understanding. Even old photos from the Apollo missions have been touched up in modern times. It's like restoring an old film so it looks crystal clear instead of foggy. Without this editing,
crazy, huh?
The most incredible discoveries of the past 2 years, those first galaxies, those new
they're all fake
cosmic clouds would just look static. Is it possible to accidentally misinterpret color? Of course. For example, images we get of Mars are mostly red, but when we land on a planet, it's more colorful. Most of it is gold, yellowish, tan, or brown. The reason Mars looks reddish is due to rusting iron in the rocks, Martian soil, and dust. It all depends on the lighting, atmospheric dust.
All right, let's go back and get through the birth thing.
And when it was over, we hugged, said goodbye, and then we had a nice text exchange a couple days later saying our friendship was important. With friends like
they're alive because they've discovered popularity. That's the same type of thing that's happening with the conservative movement. The conservatives are eating each other alive because they've discovered popularity.
You think conservatives just discovered popularity?
They've discovered that they really...
Brett Zelly? Brett Zelly me.
Podcasters are doing it too. Listen, folks, I've been in the center of attention my entire life. I've been on...
The center of attention. At what scope? Because most people don't know you fucking exist. I mean, I'm usually the center of attention at my job or at my house, right? But on what scope are you the center of attention that you have 14 people giving you a thumbs up on your live stream? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Stage, in one form or another, in every type of venue you can imagine. And
every venue.
This is the first one that I've struggled.
Successful at all of it. He's just broke, poor, and needs your money now.
To actually maintain a level of... I'm at the level where I was a headliner on the Strip in Las Vegas. Have you any idea how hard it is to get to that point? There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of entertainers that dream of coming here and being a headliner that never will be. And those of us that have been here know that. We know our efforts, our work effort and our talent, and all those things that go along with getting to that level was a precious gift.
God, he's so full of shit.
And that is rare. Now, it's easier these days for people to become headliners because they can buy a stage.
Oh, so yeah. And so I was a headliner when you had to earn it. But the only reason I'm not a headliner right now is because you have to pay millions of dollars to be a headliner. You can't earn it. So that explains why you just can't be a headliner today.
You still have to earn your way on the stage. When I got here, you had to earn your way onto the stage.
Yeah, of course.
And say, how much to rent that stage every night for 4 hours? In the case of my show that I had at Stars and Stripes or at Planet Hollywood, that theater was $10,000 a week. That was the rent on the theater. $40,000 a month. $500,000 a year. Yep, to rent the theater. In a showroom that only seats 200 people. And that's just the beginning of what it costs. Then you have to pay your entire cast. You have to pay your entire support team. All the people that do all of your advertising. You have to pay for all of that. Costumes. You're renting the theater, but if you have any kind of specialty that you need in that show, pyrotechnics or video or audio, whatever it is, you have to pay for it yourself. But if you've got the money to do that, they'll put you in a theater and they don't give a damn if you're any good or not. In my case, I had to earn my way into the hearts of the producers who wouldn't put a show on the stage if they didn't believe it was going to be successful. And then they'd say, now we got to find the money to pay the bills and we can make you some money. And it's real different now than it used to be. In
I bet.
World, it's similar. Some of these guys 5 and 6 years ago went viral quickly and they developed an audience and that audience is still there for it. But like she just said, Ben Shapiro's losing people like crazy because he's a whack job. It used to drive me crazy that he just talks so fast I could barely keep up with him. But now he just hates anybody that doesn't absolutely 100% love everything that there is to do with Israel. And I'm not one of those people anymore.
You nailed it.
Once I've seen the way Israel is behaving and what Israel is doing in our country and controlling our leaders, I don't like it. And so they're going to call me an anti-Semite. I don't care. Black people call me racist just because my last name is Lynch. I don't care. I'm going to say.
Black people call me a racist just because my last name is Lynch. Not a thing that ever happened.
I'm going to say what I believe. I'm going to say what I think. So, Judah B says her boyfriend was from Right Side Broadcasting. Or it is. I just saw a picture of him yesterday. I should have saved it for you guys. I'm sorry I didn't. I think I had it in last night's show. So we're in this thing now because we're experimenting tonight. We're just trying to see if this is all
MTG's boyfriend is the retard that was talking shit to Zelensky about not wearing a suit.
going to work. Issues out of yin yang. So let's just do a poll real quick. How is it sounding? How is it looking? Back either till I started seeing. Thank you, Robert. Still 5 by 5. Good. And it's up until December 20th that we finally got it right. Maybe working in times when I call 5 times in one day. I'm trying to work over here. No, doesn't matter. Quit your job. Come over here and do this. There's going to come a day when I'm going to have a crew. I'm telling you guys right now. I don't ever give up, and I've never, ever, ever let anybody run me off, except for my ex-wife. My ex-wife was the only person that ever ran me off, and it took a team of lawyers and 3.5 years for them to do it. And finally, I left Georgia and I came to Vegas. So I did get run off.
Made him leave the state.
That's the only time it's ever happened. Christine, thank you for your advice. It looks like that did it. We'll see. We'll see at the end. You're giving you credit now, but we're only in the first quarter. So at least you scored the only point so far in the game. Let's just put it there. All right. So this is pre-planned, you guys. All the stuff is laid out on my computer to play for you at certain times. All right. This is the next thing in the window. There it is. BurtLynch.com. You ever seen that before? I bet you have. Listen, I'm in a good mood that we got this working finally. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to you, Christine, for that advice.
It's weird how hard it is to find information about Burt Lynch performing anywhere. Like even when you type in Burt Lynch, Stars and Stripes, Planet Hollywood, Las Vegas, it says, it seems there must be a mix-up in names. There's no record of a Burt Lynch performing at Planet Hollywood ever.
I wish I had thought of it. But I'm glad that I have people around me that did think of it. But here's BurtLynch.com, and here's what you can do. If you want to help me try to keep this show on the air, please think about making a donation tonight using Zelle or PayPal. It's real simple. Just use Burt at BurtLynch.com when you go to Zelle or PayPal. If you know my phone number, then that's all you need to. My phone number is not hard to find. But anyway, there it is, Burt at BurtLynch.com. And $20 donation, a $10 donation. But my phone is, some of you must enjoy it because you hear it every night. And then there's other all the time. I dated a girl that lived in Salt Lake City. I bought my Hummer that you guys see when you go watch my show, the Burt Lynch TV trailer, or the Norma Jeans TV trailer on YouTube. You see my Hummer in that. I bought it in Utah. I made friends with the guy I bought it from. We ended up moving to Vegas and opening up a gun store.
I've scoured all the newspapers. The only performance I can find are when he was in Batwing.
Helped me move his gun store.
Yeah, Nightwing.
He ended up in big trouble. Not me, but he did.
Goatwing, whatever it was.
We built safes. The gun store guy that I was in business with. We built safes. They built most all safes that you buy that are built in the United States are built in Salt Lake City. This is a huge.
All of them.
Bunch of companies that all just build safes. And
give him the old Goatwing.
That I lost my car. Not 3 in an accident. I lost my car. Somebody else could probably say the date better than I can because it's just all running together. I want to say it was in August or September. I don't remember. I had a car accident, and the car was totaled by the insurance company. The insurance company only gave me a small amount of money to fix the car. It wasn't enough. I took it to a mechanic and had it worked on, and he handed me a bill that was twice what the insurance company gave me. I couldn't pay it off, and so they took it from me, and they sold it to Mechanics Lien. I think that was in September.
I wish I'd have bought Bert's car.
Thank you so much.
Dude, I wish I'd have. I had, so a little behind the scenes, I could have bought Bert's car, and I didn't, and I should have. I was gonna buy it and get a giant fucking vinyl of Bert's head and put it on the hood and just make a video out of it. Maybe drive it off a cliff. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say your name, but I know who you are. And I know your name. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. So we just got, so since I'm not saying your name, I'm gonna say we just got $25 donation. We're only $125 away from being able to pay my phone bill. Merry Christmas and thank you for that very much. So back to the story about the car. Oh, you said you lost your car 8 months ago, not 3. No, I don't think I ever said it was 8 months ago. I told everybody about it on the show. So somebody in the show, maybe Robert can tell us. Nancy Granny says April 2025. That's when I had the accident, was it? No. Come on. Is that long ago? All right, now go back until I see a picture of where it was and I look at the date on the picture. Here. Oh, show me the car. Should be something here pretty quickly now. Come on.
One of his audience members dying of cancer, or at least she thinks it's cancer. She has no idea. She won't do a biopsy, but it's like all over her fucking body. And she's like, I don't trust hospitals since COVID, so I'm just done for. I'm just going to die.
I'll look it up later and figure it out. If I don't run across it real quick here. There it is. It's Nancy Granny, April 18th. April, May, June, July, August. It is 8 months. I'll be darned. Okay, so there it is. It was 8 months ago. Thank you, Nancy Granny, for keeping track of everything I say. Yeah, see, it was April. It was April 8th. Okay. Let's see what I got.
That's a good question. Which has he failed most at, streaming or fatherhood? Yes.
So See, this is when my car got impounded in May 27th of cars. There it is. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I'm just kidding. Cars. See, this is when my car got impounded in May 27th of 17. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't. I'm just kidding. So April is when the car accident happened. It was around my house. This girl will be memorizing every damn thing she sees. And so now, okay, we're caught up now. Christine, you know too damn much. I ain't letting you around my house. This girl will be memorizing every damn thing she sees. I'm just thrilled that everything is working. Christine, what am I doing next? You know everything.
They were mad because they wanted his flag background back because he's had it for so long. And he's like, I just had a flag up so the haters couldn't figure out my address, but they figured it out the day I moved. Yeah.
All right, we're going to go over here and listen to this stuff. Willing to believe that cat got shot?
I called in the experts.
Charlie Kirk got shot by a 30-06 by Tyler Robinson. If you're willing to believe that, you're one of those people that put on a mask and bitched at everybody.
Wait a second. So I still can't get MAGA to bring this all together. They were the people screaming, crazy leftist, trans, radical, lunatic, killed Charlie Kirk. You can't say anything bad about him. You'll be fired from your job. You're a piece of shit because you're the leftist, racist, trans activists. They're the ones who did it because they're violent. But now it's like, if you believe that that guy killed Charlie Kirk, you're an idiot. How can it be both? And also, simultaneously, this gigantic PSYOP cover-up, FBI, everybody else is involved in this assassination of Charlie Kirk, but Trump has nothing to do with it. The FBI and the Egyptian government and Turning Point USA and all these MAGA people in Israel who Trump claims he's the first Jewish president of the United States, but he had no idea that this was going on. He was just as blindsided as we were.
But they didn't put on a mask. If you're one of those people that believes that Charlie Kirk was shot by 30-06, you're one of those people that said, get the shot or you should lose your job. And I thought the conservatives were not those people. But suddenly the conservatives are the mask-wearing.
Yes, Bert does covers. Even his show that he's talking about, the America show, he just pretended to be other people and sung patriotic stuff. Like he does Johnny Cash, and he does Elvis, and he does all, he's a cover artist. He has that one fucking song, Raise Up Old Glory, from like 30 goddamn years ago, that he claims his dad gave a copy to the president, and the president was going to use it, but then they decided not to, and it was his big shot, and blah, 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 whatever.
Follows the damn...
He tried to get his followers. He's like, we got to get this to Trump. Trump would love it. Nothing.
Footprints on the floor, stand 6 feet apart, crowd. Just because we have and this is the worst part that I have discovered about humanity in the last 5 years. And it's on both sides. If your guy is in charge of the White House, you believe everything the government tells you. The Democrats,
no, even his Patriot Act was just covers.
Hopeless Biden to do all this protocol that they did with the mask wearing and all that crap, and they swore by it like Jesus Christ himself delivered the mask to their door. And now that Trump is involved, is in the White House, the government has said, nothing to see here, folks. He was shot with 30-06. Damn right he was. You damn right he was. Anybody argues with me, I'll kill him. What the hell? I thought we were the smart party. We're not. We're just the one in charge. And we're doing the same crap. Christine says she's her husband's IT support. I got a feeling, Christine, that if anybody is in your presence and there's an IT problem, you're going to make sure that you're the IT support. You're one of the people. You're one of the people. Oh, I know what's wrong with it. Yeah, I know what that is. And you don't have to look. I know what's wrong with it. It's your CPU, and you're using the wrong Cat5 cables. You should be using Cat6 cables, and then you should be plugging it in to a wall with a ground. No, stop. You don't even know what you're doing. Let me fix it for you. That's Christine. I love people like that. That's the kind of people I take my stuff to get it fixed.
I bet.
I'll be at the bar. Let me know when it's fixed. Thank you. All right, so here is Christine. Else. No.
He did not reach to you that the
Jimmy Dore's a fucking psychopath.
I don't think hit Charlie in the neck and bounced off of his Man of Steel spine and went down into his lung. I think they found the bullet yet. I don't think they ever found the bullet either, and that's maybe what he's referring to. But the narrative now, since I'm not sure when this interview was, is that they did find the bullet. Of course, they haven't shown it to anybody.
So to me, that's the most compelling thing, that this is a concocted story by the establishment. And so there's a guy who knows something about it. He shot a lot of people. So what's the most compelling piece of evidence for you?
Well, also, Jimmy, I'm disappointed that you didn't like Popeye the Sailor Man when you grew up. You can eat a lot of spinach and grow up to be able to stop bullets. And I want to encourage everybody at home to eat your vegetables, because that you can 3,000 pounds of energy coming at you, you will be able to stop. So disappointed in that guy. So what does he know about guns, you know? And what's amazing is they're trying to do this thing where they're
That's called sarcasm, all you Democrats.
Show me the example. There's a lot of people being shot all around the world. Okay, show me the example of a person who got shot in the neck with a 30-06 or even something of a similar caliber, and that not only, I want you to focus on this, not only did the bullet not go through, okay, there was no blood splatter on the back of his shirt when he went down. Okay, can I show you that footage? Not only that, I've also said this, which should be, even if you said this was some miracle that stops, we can all believe the front of his neck would have been a mess. It wasn't. That's what I'm telling you guys.
What about the 3 or 4 guys that were on the ground in front of him, kneeling down and working with him? Not one of them got any blood on their hands. We saw it. We looked at it all close up. The whole
they didn't get no blood on their hands.
He had a mark.
Not a single person.
It completely destroyed his artery. So that's why he saw so much blood. That was like completely. But this didn't even take out the front of his neck. Okay, he looked good. He looked good after, you know, once he was cleaned up and put in the casket. Charlie looked good. This was not a situation which required a lot to put Charlie back together. So things, big obvious footage of the person taking the shot. Even if we can't see it, Tyler Robinson, who caught that person on the roof, him, he was in what do you call him, and
all right, I'm about to get tired of Art.
Kind of quality to hurt all of the companies, individuals, people with the insider information that they're using. And here we are, 340 plus days in Trump administration. Are there any
God, he's got a lot of makeup on, doesn't he?
for this? Are there any major diamonds discovered in the hundreds of millions stolen?
He doesn't want to end up like Carolyn Levitt.
And so, yes, we're excited and happy about all the things Kennedy's doing and Tulsi Gabbard and the border controls and Trump and so forth. Yes, it's better than the Democrats. We can't settle for that and just have Trump be a speed hump the next 3 years. But no, the insane arrogance and won't take action to do the right thing. We need the state attorney generals and others around the country to start taking action. So there it is. They've proven the way want to go on a regular basis. A very knowledgeable attorney friend of mine, a very knowledgeable several people.
Oh, wait. He's got an attorney friend now.
Another camera so that I can have people come over and interview. I've already set up several people that are going to come over and be a part of the show on a regular basis. A very knowledgeable attorney friend of mine, a very knowledgeable stock trader. I've got
oh my God.
Is very clued in to the local Las Vegas. Actually, he's head of the Republican Party, and Mr. McDowell. And I know how to get him over here. Well, we talked before. We've gone to events together. And he's happy to come in and talk about, you know, especially during election time. So all of that's going to happen. We're going to eventually get to where I can do interviews. Christine, I'm glad it was a simple fix. You call this simple. You want people think having babies don't hurt. It's been a pain in the ass. I just wonder if it would have continued to work properly with my T-Mobile. But my T-Mobile speed was so slow that I think that it could have contributed to why the Windows program started messing up. Maybe it was trying to work too hard. I don't know. But if one part of the engine is messed up, it causes the rest.
So the head of the Republican Party for Clark County is Jill Douglas. The statewide head is Michael McDonald. Who is he talking about, Mr. McDowell?
The party engine start messing up. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's the case, but it can. I mean, it can at least in a motor. I know how to build motors. I know how to build computers. I know how to build an engine. And if there's something wrong with the intake manifold,
I bet he does.
It's going to mess up the heads, and it's going to mess up the pistons, and what is that? The stop carbon. The generator stops ginning, and the pistons quit working too. I think that happens in a computer. So it's probably not
such a mechanic.
A bad thing that I went from 25 upload or 25 download, 25 and 7 upload to 750 download and 750 upload. That's the difference in this new modem. So I should have done that. I don't think so. It was going in and out during your T-Mobile time too. But it was a cheaper fix. I felt for your suggestion, because computers. I already have the money. I had to purchase a keyboard, whatever. But the starting price is about $400. Computer. I mean, then you can buy these computers for about $400. That's what he's doing. Go buy another computer. I was going to connection. I'm okay with it.
So the reason his stuff's so shitty is or he's having such a hard time is he's buying $400 computers, right? If you want any video processing power, you can't get a video card that'll do it for $400. You know what I'm saying? Like he's relying solely on the A10 Mini, and that's probably why he fucking needs it. Rather than like all my shit, I don't have a fucking A10 Mini, right? I don't have a switcher. I do an encoder. I do all my encoding through. It's all hardware encoded through my fucking computer.
It was a good move. But thank you for your suggestion, because I was going to go buy another computer. Well, I wasn't going to go buy another computer. I was going to shut down the show until I could go buy another computer. And you can buy these computers for about $400. That's what these are. I got 3 of them up here. It cost me about $400 apiece. But it's just a computer. I mean, then I had to purchase the monitor. And I already have the monitor. I had to purchase the keyboard, whatever. But the starting price is about $400.
The A10 Mini is his encoder, right? I'm using a video card. But the $400 computer the A10 Mini will handle the video processing and audio channels and all that shit. But what are you really getting out of a $400? What kind of bandwidth are you getting out of a $400 computer? It's not even going to have a video card in it, right? It's going to have onboard graphics.
It's really weird. Almost everything up here starts at about $400. $400 for the computer, $400 for the microphone, $400 for the camera, $1,500 for the device that drives all this stuff. So yeah, it's like $400 me to death. But anyway, this is from News Nation. Actually, it's from Alex Jones, but it's in the News Nation clip that he's pulled. And this is Deborah Wasserman Schultz from Florida. She's
you might. I guess I shouldn't have said you can't get one. I bet you get a 3060 now for around $400. New, I mean, used maybe even half that. Do they still sell new 3060s? Newegg, $289. That's not bad. We're on the 50 series though, so this is a 30 series stuff. V2 OC at Best Buy is $435. But this is just the video card. If he ever outgrows the A10 Mini or it goes down for some reason, he's just gonna be fucked. He doesn't have any ability to encode video on his computer.
She's a piece of garbage. She's the woman, if you don't know.
Dude, the most powerful piece of equipment is his goddamn cell phone, and he refuses to use it.
That gave the answers to Hillary Clinton, along with the lady that was in.
If I was in Vegas, if I was Bert, and I was in Vegas, even if I wanted to cover politics and social issues and stuff, I would literally take my cell phone and maybe buy one of those cheap lapel mics that you can plug in so the cell phone could be further away. And I would literally go down on the strip and interview people. What do you think about this? What do you think about Trump? Because eventually you're going to grab something viral. Somebody's either going to be super pro-Trump or super anti-Trump and want to voice every fucking thing.
In charge of the Democrat National Committee. I can't think of her name. She was a black woman. But Deborah Wasserman Schultz was part of this because they had the debate in Miami, and she's the one that got her the answers to all the questions. And so she's asked a question about she was a black woman, along with the lady that eats garbage. She's the woman, if you don't know, that gave the answers to Hillary Clinton from News Nation. Actually, it's from Alex Jones, but it's in the News Nation clip that he's pulled. And this is Deborah Wasserman Schultz from Florida. She's a piece of garbage. She's the woman, if you don't know, that gave the answers to Hillary Clinton, along with the lady that was in charge of the Democrat National Committee. I can't think of her name. She was a black woman. But Deborah Wasserman Schultz was part of this because they had the debate in Miami, and she's the one that got her the answers to all the questions.
Okay, so none of that's true.
And so she's asked a question about something like, what is the worst thing that can happen between, Islamic jihadist terrorists or what was the other thing that they referred to? And she goes, none of that. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a terrorist. Donald Trump's the bad guy. Really? I mean, you're that sick in the head that that's where you take it. Here, let's go ahead and play the clip and let you see. This is how deranged the Democrats are. It's Trump derangement syndrome. If I could get it over there. Come on, little guy. All the way back to the beginning. Thank you.
What is the bigger threat to America right now, American values, American life? Islamophobia? I
would argue that it is Donald Trump, okay? Because we have these systems set up in place for Islamic terrorists, for white Christian nationalist terrorists. We have these systems monitoring them, and Donald Trump is kind of off the chart doing his own thing, and we haven't tested those systems yet. I would argue the exact same thing.
Phobia or jihad? I think we have to focus, quite frankly, on, if we're worried about the threats to American values, on the person who's in the White House. I mean, we have a president. Come on, really? Come on. Yeah, I'm going there because we have a president who has completely undermined our democracy, who has. You don't see jihad. You don't see ISIS as a problem. What I don't see is it as a single lens problem. We have a president who has been determined to undermine our constitutional principles, to degrade our democracy, to divide instead of unite us. The responsibility.
Why are the Democrat women so ugly?
Are not Republican scapegoats for anti-Semitic attacks. And Trump's million.
And Judah Bees, who's new in the room, by the way, says Donna Brazile. That's exactly who that was. The black woman I spoke about that was head of the DNC. The two of them together is because I guess I better cover that. I hate to because are they going to sue Candace? I don't know. But I guess against these celebrities and these companies, they just write it. They just write the check to hell with it. So there's a lot of people disparaging Charlie. Are they going to sue Candace? I don't know. But I guess I can pull this over and let you see it. I mean, it's just a picture of it. What is the bigger threat tonight? Uh-oh. I guess I just lost. No, I didn't. Yeah, I did. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I'm getting so good at this. Here's the picture, just in case you want to see it. So right there it is. But inside sources say the settlement is 8 figures and speaks for itself. So there you go. I thought it was pretty hard to bring a slander case, and I'm surprised that it's already settled, but I guess his lawyer said, you better settle this. You better settle this and get the hell out of Dodge. Georgia Democrats finally admitted, look at this, you guys. Look at this. We were right all along. Nope, that's not the dead gum one I wanted. All right, I'm going to wait. I'm going to pull it over. Here we go.
The only source I'm seeing for this is Facebook posts. Jimmy Kimmel took his lawyer's advice and settled out of court from 3 days ago. Jimmy Kimmel took his lawyer's advice from 3 days ago. That's a different post. That's the only source I'm seeing for this. What out-of-court settlement? Has anybody heard anything about this other than what we just heard?
Georgia denies that it's
America's last line of defense. That's one of the Facebook posts. Jimmy Kimmel took his lawyer's advice to settle out of court for Erica Kirk for defaming her late husband. I just want to say that I'm sorry, Kimmel said in a statement after the settlement was sealed. I said terrible things about Miss Kirk's late husband, and I hope she can forgive me. Erica Kirk has not responded. What? It was never my intention. This is what he actually said. It was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man. I don't think there's anything funny about it. He said Kirk's widow, Erica, performed a selfless act of grace in publicly forgiving her husband's killer. This is an example we should follow. He added on, I don't think what I'm going to say is going to make much of a difference. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I have no illusions about changing anyone's mind. It says, then Andrew Colvett, a spokesperson for TPUSA, the organization Kirk founded that is now headed by his widow, posted on X that Kimmel's monologue was not good enough and that he needed to apologize. Like they're just making this up, right? Bert's just sharing fucking Facebook sources. There's the source. Words have consequences, Jimmy. Eric Kirk hasn't responded, but inside sources say the settlement is 8 figures and speaks for itself. Oh my God. Oh my God. On the picture, it says nothing on this page is real. On the picture. Is it on Bert's picture too? On the picture. Oh, he doesn't scroll down. He doesn't show that part, chat. On the picture. Can you guys read that? Is it too small? It says, S for satire. Nothing on this page is real. Bert, what the fuck is wrong with you? How are you sharing this as a source? Same thing. America's last line of defense. America's last line of defense. Nothing on this page is real. America's last line of defense. Home of the Dunning-Kruger Times.
Hey, Patriots, it's Flag Eagleton, the lead journalisticator for America's Last Line of Defense.
This is your source. He's making fun of you, Bert. Flag Eagleton. Journiculator.
Hey, Patriots, it's Flag Eagleton, the lead journalisticator for America's Last
Journalisticator, I'm sorry.
Line of Defense. Lately, we've been getting lots of questions about, this whole, what's this last line of defense thing all about? So I figured I'd answer a couple questions, be a little upfront about it so that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you click back and follow on America's Last Line of Defense or any of its affiliates, because there's a whole bunch of us. What people's like, you got these stories out there, and why do you tell them? And I'm like, well, but if you had these stories, wouldn't you tell them? Wouldn't you? If you had them, you'd tell them, right? So We have the stories, so we tell the stories. It's in a place that's designed for the stories. It's kind of like, the Sacha Baron Cohen thing where the Wuhan flu, he dresses up and makes a whole festival full of people sing racist songs, and it's all, everybody laughs and says, "Oh, that guy's funny," right?
Bart, they're making fun of you, bro. You don't understand.
But without, the audience, he's just a silly guy singing a dumb song, dressed real funny. So it's kind of the same type of thing. We give you what you want, and in return, you give us people to laugh at. And it's a great social experiment, been going on for about 8 years now. So if you're wondering why, I mean, that and the conservative over 55 is the most lucrative demographic in advertising. I mean, they buy $400 shoes and you get for $3 on Etsy. All right. So anyway.
Damn, we need to start. Guys, would you guys help me moderate a Facebook page, a right-wing, over-the-top fake news Facebook page?
That's what it's all about. That's way to just.
I could use some advertising revenue.
It is what it is. And if you don't like it, just scroll on by. All right, it's Flag Eagleton for America's Last Line of Defense. And God bless America.
Flag Eagleton. I'm going to follow this page now. That's funny.
Hey, Patriots.
George Strait says he has little doubt that Epstein files will be covered in Bill Clinton's name. Back when he was in office, I invited, what does it say? Back when he was in office, I invited him to a show, said Strait. He spent that whole night trying to get in my intern's pants. She was 19. Strait said he heard Clinton joking with a Secret Service agent that she was a little bit too old for him. That was when I decided I could never support Democrats again. Oh my God, dude. Bert doesn't realize this page is making fun of him. Jerry Seinfeld says his new sitcom will be a far cry from his original show and the woke won't like it. I'm fed up with that crap, just like most Americans, said the iconic comedian. The new show will be raw, real, and it will feature Michael Richards because he's my friend and I don't care what a bunch of bleeding hearts think of him. Richards, who played Kramer on Seinfeld, was shunned by Hollywood as a racist after a single incident in comedy club 20 years ago. Seinfeld's new show will hit the airwaves next fall. Everything's just made up, dude. Hillary Clinton is warning Kamala Harris not to run again in 2028 or else, according to sources inside the DNC, Clinton's number one assignment for the upcoming election cycle is to keep Harris from another embarrassing showing. She immediately resorted to what Hillary Clinton knows how to do. She threatened her. Harris says she's going to run whether the establishment likes it or not. Warm up the clown car. Nothing on this page is real. So Bert doesn't even realize when he's being made fun of. It's just his number one source.
But inside sources say the settlement is 8 figures and speaks for itself. So there you go.
How long do you think it would take us to make a page to get enough credibility to where Bert shares one of our posts as his main source?
I thought it was pretty hard to bring a slander case, and I'm surprised that it's already settled. But I guess his lawyer said, "You better settle this. You better settle this and get the hell out of Dodge."
Yeah, I guess that's why we use more than one source, Mr. Journalist.
Georgia Democrats finally admitted. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. We were right all along. Nope, that's not the dead one I wanted. All right, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna pull it over. Here we go. Georgia Democrats finally admitted that they grossly violated the law.
This is just another Facebook post. Bert, what are your standards? This is from a page called Noah's Nation. It's just another fucking Facebook post. What are we doing here?
And incorrectly certified over 315,000 ballots in 2020. I'm trying to put my picture up there. Here we go. Trump lost Georgia by 11,779 votes. Writing Democrats refused to follow election laws. This is the truth now, and I'm going to tell you why I know it's the truth. Because I got confirmation Get out. Let me go back and find it. I'm getting ahead of myself here. There it is. Man, I can't believe I did that too. I got it right. No, I don't. All right, hang on a minute. I just don't want to show you that yet. That's all. Here we go.
So this is just being shared by all the fake. So the one that he was just on was called Noah's Nation. Here's the exact same post from something called MAGA Doodle. The exact same post. Georgia Democrats finally admit that they grossly violated the law and incorrectly certified 315,000 ballots in 2020. Trump lost Georgia by 11,779 votes. Then the only thing that's changed is Dems can only win by blank. And this one says, why do Democrats refuse to follow election laws? It's the only place you can find this quote. Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry, and Instagram. Eric Stoner 4 posted this on Instagram as well. Why do Democrats refuse to follow top election laws? He probably stole it from the Facebook page. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Does he think these are actually sources? Yeah, I was trying to get into the page transparency part of it, but I can't. Oh, here we go. The two people who manage this page claim to be from the United States. Two people who manage this page. It was created on June 21st as 2018 as the Noah Ring. It changed its name to Noah Ring and then changed its name again to Noah Nation. 2018 name change, 2021 name change, 2024 name change. I want to see if they've ran any ads. Noah Nation at Facebook merge. Riginex Media LLC is who owns and operates the page. Oh, Ringex Media is the name of a prominent AI-powered business communication platform offered by and publicly traded by Ring Central. Oh, that's not that. Surely. Ringex Media. Noah Ring, that's it. Organizer, the guy's name is Noah Ring, and he runs Ringex Media. For Ringex LLC, Ringex Media LLC, UpNext LLC. For a Wyoming LLC, a Florida LLC, a Georgia LLC, and another Florida LLC. Huh. Who is Noah Ring, do we think?
Will you please? I think my mouse needs to be fed. It's hungry. This is Tim Kramer. When we said the election was rigged, and it was, we were called purveyors of disinformation. We were election deniers, potentially a threat to national security. What do you call it when our politicians lied to us? We caught them red-handed. 300,000 plus ballots that were not valid ballots. That's not just a little stealing here and there. That's widespread election fraud. If you want to take this down, TikTok, go ahead and take it down, because all it proves is we're right and you're wrong. And we're done with this bullshit. I told you so.
So then we get a screenshot here. Fulton County admits 315,000 early ballots. Okay. Is this where they had one copy but not the other copy, and they're like, but we still have the copy? Let me let the music quit playing. Hold on.
100%. And if you don't think so, you're a moron. You're an ideological sheep. You're a buffoon. And you are who they're counting on. You fucking moron. Well, I think he's got an opinion. I think he does. But listen, folks, just remember. They impeached Donald Trump for calling the governor of Georgia and saying, can't you find 11,000 votes? Remember that? All you got to do is find me 11,000 votes, and I win the presidency. Well, there was 330,000 out there. Democrats. Shameless. I'm going to have to get a little shameless thing going on. Oh my gosh, I can't. It's so frustrating. All right, because this thing doesn't want to get off my screen, just go ahead and do it now. I was going to save it for later, but let's do it. This is pretty funny, you guys. I want to make sure it starts at the beginning.
Sorry, I'm still looking.
Stop it. Come on. Are you cis American? What? I'm trans indigenous. Are you cis American? I'm trans indigenous for ICE. Well, trans indigenous people are indigenous people. We love ICE. The trans nation is just as valid as cis nation. You're not trans native, are you? Okay, I'm just checking. You're cis American. I'm trans indigenous. You really check your privilege. My name's Weston Tomahawk. Walking Tomahawk and Chad, you're out supporting ICE. We love ICE. They need to deport all the cis illegals that came here illegally. We love ICE. I speak for all Native American people when I say we love ICE. And trans indigenous people are indigenous people, and this is my land. And you check your privilege. You're talking to a beautiful, trans pigmented, trans indigenous man of color. I was assigned. What do you mean? He's trying to justify it. But I identify as Native American. And trans natives are natives. They were just as valid as cis natives. What? I'm trans indigenous. Are you cis American? I'm trans indigenous for ICE. Well, trans indigenous people are indigenous people. We love ICE. The trans nation is just as valid as cis nation.
Yeah, it's all over the preservation of records. So they have one set of copies, but not another set of copies. And that's what they're being sued over. That's what I'm still looking at here.
Okay, I'm just checking. You're cis American. I'm trans indigenous. You really check your privilege.
They have the copies they scanned in, and they have the originals, but there's one copy that was like missing, and they've made a big deal out of this the whole time. But nobody, even when they go through all these copies they have and they check this person, like this person voted this way, is that right? The person's always right. Like they can't find any vote that wasn't somebody voting or didn't vote that way.
Walking Tomahawk and Chad, you're out supporting ICE. We love ICE. They need to deport all the cis illegals that came here illegally. We love ICE. I speak for all Native American people when I say we love ICE. And trans indigenous people are indigenous people, and this is my land. And you check your privilege. You're talking to a beautiful, trans pigmented, trans indigenous man of color. I was assigned white and birth by my parents' bigoted doctor. And trans natives are natives. They were just as valid as cis natives. Sound familiar? Sound familiar? That's not the show. I'm not. I was going to play that at the end of the show, but it kept popping into my feed. So it's okay. I still have something funny for you at the end of the show, and there's a lot more. So we're not going anywhere. Kimber says Chicago came back and tied the game break. Was there a football game tonight that I don't know about? See, I don't have a TV right now. Kimber, are we talking about Chicago Bulls? Are we talking about the Bears? Are we talking about the Chicago hockey team? I don't have a TV right now. I don't know if there was a game on that. I didn't know about it.
Here it is. The county contends, in essence, that poll workers from 5 years ago made an administrative error when basically the poll workers signed the overall counts, but did not sign the individual tape. And since then, they've taken steps to resolve this. Attorney Ann Brumbaugh represented the county at the hearing on December 9th and said that those steps include enhanced training for election workers as well as review process on handling of the paper records, known as tabulator tapes, and a self-initiated investigation process if they're not signed. The tapes are part of a record-keeping chain of custody procedure outlined in state regulations. Blah, blah, blah. Requires a poll manager and 2 witnesses to print 3 such tapes and sign each tape indicating that it is a true and correct copy of the tape produced by the ballot scanner. This was not done for more than 130 early in-person tapes in Fulton County in 2020 that were obtained in open records requests by archivists. I do not dispute that the tapes were not signed. It was a violation of the rule we have. We, since 2020, we have new leadership and a new building and a new board and new standard operating procedures. Since then, the training has been enhanced. The poll watchers were trained specifically. They've got to sign the tapes in the morning, and they've got to sign the tapes when they run out at the end of the day, Brumbaugh said in the meeting. This case is about the tapes that are not signed, which is a violation of the rule, which is a violation of a rule, not a state statute or law, but a rule they should have done. Like I said, if they weren't signed, they weren't signed, and procedures have been updated. People are taking this very seriously now. Janelle King, one of the board members, said, at best, this is sloppy and it's lazy. At worst, it could be egregious. Dr. Janice Johnson, the board's vice chair who ran the meeting with Chair John Furvier, was not present and called the case troubling. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, who's a Republican, said in a statement Saturday that all voters were verified with photo ID and lawfully cast their ballots. A clerical error at the end of the day does not erase valid legal votes. So Trump's DOJ behind Pam Bondi is trying to throw out all these votes because somebody didn't sign out, like at the end of the day, basically. They're asking for a $5,000 fine. And there's several copies of these exact same things. Right here. Georgia Secretary of State office at the time, Mike Hassinger, said that poll tapes are only one part of how the vote totals are recorded multiple ways, and this provides redundancy and security. A scanner that didn't produce a poll tape would have no effect on the number or validity of votes cast. Hassinger said, poll tapes are not supposed to go missing, but precincts are managed by human beings who sometimes make mistakes. Yeah, so basically they're pissy over a signature, but all the votes are valid and good votes. I don't understand what the difference is.
Chicago football scores. Green Bay and Chicago, 17 seconds left to play. In the fourth quarter, it's 16-16. I didn't know there was a game.
I'm kind of done with Burt, but I guess we can bounce around a little bit more before we leave.
Well, thank you for that. That's the street from where I live. We have a house. I love Twin Peaks. So to work at
what?
From my house. The easy season going in, the start of the season, they just be at my house. I love Twin Peaks. Well, I can walk there from my house and stagger back.
Oh, we know where Bert's getting drunk at now. The Twin Peaks down the road from his house. And we got his address. Just in case you wanted to build like a little day by day what Bert does.
Lan says Hooters chicken wing were good. I used to live in Sarasota. The second Hooters ever built was in Sarasota on Bee Ridge Boulevard. That was also walking distance from my house. And my girlfriend worked there. And I've used to work at Hooters Casino here in Las Vegas as the assistant production manager for 3 years.
I bet.
I was the assistant production manager in the daytime. I ran sound and lights for the shows up until the last show was over. And then I'll get in my car and drive across the street to the Excalibur, go upstairs, get on stage, and do my show from 9:30 till 2 in the morning. And I did that 5 nights a week at the Excalibur, and I was at Hooters Casino damn near 7 days a week for 3 years. Christine says Hooters in Pensacola has gone downhill. I didn't even know it's still open. All of them here are closed. In fact, one of the guys that was one of the GMs at Hooters Casino, there's even a Hooters. I'm not done with you yet. Yeah, the company went out of business. That's a shame, but they did. I guess they this is terrible. Business got bad, so all they could do was wing it. I could help it. All right, come on.
So everybody's saying that they were counted without the signature. That's wrong, right? They were counted in the tabulator. The signature is what spits out at the thing that spits out at the end after they're counted. Then they weren't signed.
Get out of here. Let's do another one. This is kind of sad.
He calls them all doll and hun.
It's not so much sad as it is frustrating. Have you ever had your car towed? Has anybody ever towed your car? Happened to me a couple times. My kid, I got all this acting work. I was on cut off.
$250 million to run for a third term. And one of America's most prominent constitutional scholars just came out and argued that's
years. I mean, she was messianic. Regain control of
actually use it to minister better to the flock. More reforms will be coming in the days and weeks ahead.
Pete Hegseth is going to reform the chaplain corps, by the way.
Top-down cultural shift, putting spiritual well-being on the same footing as mental and physical health.
T-shirts. I had someone.
Oh, there's the big grift at the end.
A female tank top with my logo on it. So to the person that runs my store, who
I bet you he gives female tank tops with his logo on it to the girls at Twin Peaks.
Listening right now because you just texted me. We got to make some black tank tops with the logo on it because this person wants to buy them. We have to design it. We send the design over to this company, and they post a picture of it on the site, and people can buy it. That's how it works. So if people have asked me, can you make this? Can you make that? And like somebody asked for the sweatshirt, and we did that.
It's print on demand. Just fucking stop trying to make. I have a company that designs all my stuff. I send them a picture. They design it. They put it out, and then they send it back to me, and then it's print on demand.
Winter.
God damn.
And the shadow shirt. And so this one person claims that they will buy some tank tops if they can get them. It's a lady. It's a lady small. I see that Robert Land has asked you guys to do the same thing. Let's keep her on the air. Please donate whatever you can tonight. He said whatever you can afford. No, don't send whatever you can afford. Send a lot more than that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So there you go, bertlinks.com, and go check out bertlinks.com. We got to make a payment over there, but they'll shut that down too. It's time for that. It's just, it rolls around on the 20th of every month is when all the internet stuff hits on me. So I'll leave you with something kind of funny, and talk show host all there.
That's right.
Now, before I play this clip, I'm going to tell you what I know.
Send one to his table for the cold beer family.
He and I served in the same band. Not at the same time. He's older than I was, but he was a member of the Strategic Air Command Band in Omaha. And he served in the 70s, and I got there in 1980. He already moved on and become pretty famous for being in the orchestra with Johnny Carson's orchestra over here with Doc Severson. So when Doc served with Johnny, you know, he stole. Well, I thought I'd share that with you. And Christina reaching out to me on Messenger. I'm not worried at you.
All right, fucking Bert's still Bert. He's struggling, bro. He's fucking struggling. All right. Let's go back to... so a lot of people were saying that Trump's latest video is AI. We have the AI expert. I asked the experts, okay? I asked them. They came back, it is not AI. Mostly because they're so bad at... It just looks like AI because they're fucking horrible at what they do. They're so inept. People think there's no way they made these mistakes, but they did. They're like Bert.
He's not using AI or deepfaking. They're just bad at production. It's embarrassing. Like, the Patriot Games video is out of focus. That is not a thing that the presidential office should be releasing. I've seen the other anomalies too. I could go through every single one of them in my...
So the Hunger Games video is out of focus. So it makes everything look fuzzy, so people say AI.
Conclusion would be the same. They are bad at production. It's like when they made his pinky disappear with that morph edit a few months ago. Everyone thought that was AI, even though there were other artifacts of bad video production. And we're not used to something so important being produced so poorly. And AI video is new and scary. It's two new things colliding at once because people don't trust AI and they don't trust Trump. And I understand that perspective, but these aren't AI artifacts. When they use AI, it's inept as well. Like,
but don't even suggest that, legend. Bert is celibate. He told God if he use his God rods to beat that throat cancer out, that he'd never love another man.
it is obvious. It is bad AI. It's detectable. And it's not just me saying this. Other platforms have gone through this debunking thing where like, no, that's not AI. But we don't address the root of the problem here, and that's what I'm trying to do, because I understand that no amount of me saying it's not AI will make you think that he's healthy or that you should trust them. I understand your suspicions, but they're just inept. And it's equally as embarrassing. So let's focus on what they're saying. And when they start using AI, we're going to know. I will talk about it. We're all looking for it, I promise. He's not using...
Used his God rod to beat that tumor out of the back of his throat. That's what I heard. This guy is the expert. Let's watch some more of his videos.
This obvious AI video has 40 million views because it's rage bait. It's of a woman losing her dog on Mount Everest. All the comments are so angry at her that they're ignoring the AI tell.
Oh my God, is the video of the person taking a selfie, unclipping from the group line and taking a selfie and falling off the mountain and dying, is that AI?
Not least of which the page is called Sora Alice. Sora Alice? Sora is an AI video maker. The page description, not when you're older, but now, wink wink, you're watching AI videos. Their other videos are of the same script being read by different AI characters, women who are on Mount Everest just having a bad time. They can barely breathe. They spent all the money to get here. Engagement baiting. This page is relying on the fact that you are so frustrated that you're going to look past all the tells. It is a good reminder that not just with video, but with media in general, when you are angrier, you are more likely to look past the signs that you might be being manipulated. This obvious AI video has 40 million views because it's rage bait. It's of a woman
average Ford. What do you expect Ford should
Oh, it's not a woman, it's a guy. The incident you're asking about involved a 31-year-old male hiker identified by authorities with the surname Hong, who died after unclipping his safety rope to take a photo on Mount Nama in China's Sichuan province, September. Have you guys seen this video? You want me to show you? So they're up on this ridge hiking this mountain. It's not graphic or nothing, right? And one of the guys up front, I think it's this guy right here. See how they're all in a group line? one of the guys unclips to take a selfie, and that was it. Watch this. There he goes. And nobody can help him. You just got to watch him. It's like a 600-foot fall after he gets off this ice and snow. Like, he obviously didn't survive it. Dead at the scene. That's crazy, isn't it? I didn't think it was AI because I figured if it was AI, like this would be something you could probably fake pretty well in AI. But usually AI tries to go over the top. Like it would be his perspective sliding down the mountain or some shit. You know what I mean? Like they always try to do too much. This is from Mount Nama Peak, part of the Ganga Mountain Range in China. The area is off limits for climbing without a permit, which the group reportedly lacked. Oh, the group didn't have a permit either. He slid and plunged an estimated 100 to 200 meters, around 328 to 650 feet down the mountain. Rescue teams and local authorities rushed to the scene, but he was pronounced dead at the site. A video circulated online showing the moment he slipped and fell, serving as a stark warning about the dangers of ignoring safety protocols in high-risk environments. That's insane, dude. I've said like 15 times. He unclipped to take a selfie. I think that's the way I led this, and I've said it repeatedly. He unclipped to take a selfie and fell. There is no foot. There's nothing to grab on. It's just sheet ice, dude. Or packed snow, I guess. That's an insane video. Anyways, back to this guy. He debunks all the AI videos. Is this AI truck?
Average Ford. What do you expect Ford to expect? Shouldn't have gotten.
It's just AI. I'm not a Ford guy, but that's not a Ford dealer. It's an AI car dealer. Look how insane that parking lot design is. I'm not a mechanic either, but if the wheels fell off, then the fender fell off, why did the truck lurch backwards after that? It's like it was pulled by a bunch of ropes in a cartoon all at once. That's not a speed bump. It looks like a turn lane in the parking lot before the speed bump, which is weird. Why does that wheel spin like a frisbee? It just keeps spinning on its side. The truck's proportions don't look right at all. The pickup bed looks very small. As far as AI artifacts go, there's all this texture wobble or Sora noise where the pixels are dancing around. The Sora AI watermark,
he does a good job debunking shit.
Frame, but otherwise the watermark is scrubbed here, which makes this fuzzy patch. It was also scrubbed up here, which is why the lights disappeared. And then the video is exactly 10 seconds long and has the rare 704 by 1280 aspect ratio. Both of those are dead giveaways for Sora AI videos.
Yeah, you can't unsee that fucking light disappearing up here in the top left right here.
Seconds long and has the rare 704 by 1280 aspect ratio.
It's about to go right now.
Giveaways for Sora AI videos. The page mostly posts AI videos, like a bunch of AI drag races and AI slop. They found cars. Car humor is their niche.
Average Ford.
Dude thinks his AI demo
I'll be able to tell if it's AI.
is undetectable. Yeah, I got my brother to help and we found a ton.
I watch AI videos all day. I'm an amateur climber. My brother is a dev, climbs like a madman, and has hiked the Himalayas.
It's supposed to be an Arc'teryx ad, but they don't sell goggles, and these have dents in them. That's a hybrid of multiple carabiner types, and there isn't a gate on that one. This ice axe would be impossible to use. Those are the wrong types of boots for the situation. The ice looks like it's from a video game.
Oh, that is weird.
Is not tied into anything, and the ropes don't make sense or connect. Nothing attached to that harness resembles working gear, and the lead rope is missing on the other side, and the belay loops here are like AI doesn't understand ropes. This shadow and rock pop in, the logo on his shoulder disappears, the backpack changes 3 times, his right boot grew and then warped when it moved, and the whole ad is just so floaty. Good ads can't just look pretty, they have to show real products and hold up under some scrutiny from customers, and we're both climbers, so
he's good at what he does.
Easy. Dude thinks the page that makes AI sentencing.
Oh my God. I hate this page right here so much. It's always on my Facebook. Like it'll say something like, guy, took down a potential school shooter, and now the judge. The other day, the one that I saw and I commented on was the county was allegedly suing a guy for plowing his neighbor's driveway in snow, okay? And the county guy's claiming like, oh, it was a commercial. He doesn't have a commercial license to be doing that. And the judge is like, do you not have a commercial license? And the guy's like, she's an 85-year-old woman. I did my driveway, then I did her driveway, and it's kind of ridiculous. And the judge is like, I'm throwing this out. The judge always gets super animated. Like, they're so fucking dumb, dude. I hate this video. I hate these videos. They're so bad. And all the comments, nobody can tell that it's AI. Nobody. It pisses me off so much because I don't even have to see the video. I can be scrolling in the backgrounds. Here's one. I'm about to show you one. It's the cadence that they speak at.
They say no good deed goes.
Listen to the cadence they speak at. It's like weird, like they're processing words in their head while they're talking. Listen.
Goes unpunished. The city tried to charge him with unlicensed commerce for helping his neighbor. The judge wasn't having it.
They pushed a big pile right across her driveway. The woman is 80 years old, Judge.
So his mouth is moving way too much, okay? And listen the cadence that he speaks at. It's not natural. They pushed an 80-foot pile, whatever, across her driveway. The woman is 84 years old. Like, it's so crazy. Just listen.
They pushed a big pile right across her driveway. The woman is 80 years old, Judge. It was wet, heavy snow.
What, is this woman asleep back here? What the fuck is going on over here?
She can't be out there digging the snow, but I just cleaned it up so she can get out.
And see that pause? It's almost like they cut it for time or something. She can't be out there pushing the snow. So I just cleaned it up. There's no pause there. No natural pause.
Be out there digging the snow, but I just cleaned it up so she can get out.
What was that? She can't be out there digging the snow. I just cleaned it up. What was that? And nobody can tell.
It was wet, heavy snow.
For some reason, he brought a photo album with him to court. Look at this. What the fuck is this?
Years old, Judge. It was wet, heavy snow. She can't be out there digging the snow, but I just cleaned it up so she can get out. I didn't ask for anything, Your Honor.
He was operating a commercial blade on a public road without a vendor permit or liability insurance. We can't have unvetted drivers working on city streets.
See his cadence? Like, it's not a natural cadence.
If he hits a hydrant or a parked car, the city gets sued. It's a liability issue, Your Honor.
You cited him for, what was it?
Unlicensed commerce.
Did he get paid?
No, Your Honor.
No?
By the way, that's not the same voice. So the guy that was just arguing, the prosecutor, is not the same voice that just spoke back to the judge for some reason.
Unlicensed commerce.
Did he get paid?
No, Your Honor.
No? Then he's just a neighbor digging out a mess the city made. The ticket is invalid. Next case.
They say.
Yeah, and nobody can tell. Nobody can tell. Literally, I've got a comment on this. You can see it in the corner. You can't see it for the chat, but you can see my profile picture right here. See my profile picture? And I said, you all can't tell this is AI? Now listen. Here's all the other comments. Thank God for a judge that has common sense. They want us to abandon each other out of fear. The city should have to pay him. It's kind of scary that the defense would have fallen apart if the neighbor had insisted on paying him for this time. Now sue the city and get paid. Honorable neighbor and a judge, 100%. A judge with common sense. Good job, sir. Good job, judge. The city officials like this guy should be exposed on the front page of the paper. Those government officials are a bunch of a-holes. Finally, a judge that lives in reality. Thank you, Your Honor. The city is insane. Good for this judge. The fact that this man and the judge had to explain this to anyone troubles me about where our future is headed in this country. Crooked City Council, your case is dismissed. Next. Thank you, Judge, for helping this man who is helping an elderly lady clear her driveway. Nobody can tell, bro. How can nobody tell? Mine's, as far as I've scrolled so far, no one else has said this is AI. Wait, here's one. This is AI, and it's getting freakishly real. I could tell by their voices. Yes, the cadence. That's the easiest way to tell, and watch the hands and watch the other people's movement in the background. Any kind of weird distortion and clipping is a dead giveaway. This is good AI, though. I don't even think it's good. You'll watch it again. I won't pause it this time. Here you go.
No good deed goes unpunished. The city tried to charge him with unlicensed
Now, this picture right here might be real. I don't know.
commerce for helping his neighbor. The judge wasn't having it.
They pushed a big pile right across her driveway. The woman is 80 years old, Judge. It was wet, heavy snow.
This guy, I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't. This guy blinks like 1,000 times. You got the driest eyes in the world.
Driveway. The woman is 80 years old, Judge. It was wet, heavy snow. She can't be out there digging the snow. I just cleaned it up so she can get out. I didn't ask for anything, Your Honor.
He was operating a commercial blade on a public road without a vendor permit.
I'll tell you what they're going to get to doing. They're going to find like this. Like this could be a real clip from a real city. He could be talking about a company that started a business and they plow driveways and they got 80 trucks, right? This guy. He could be a real guy from a real city and they clip that out of a court case. Well, they started a business without a vendor permit, blah, blah, blah. That's all true about whatever case he's actually talking about.
Or liability insurance. We can't have unvetted drivers working on city streets. If he hits a hydrant or a park.
It's not. I'm not saying it is. You can tell by the cadence. If he hits a hydrant or blah, blah, blah.
We can't have unvetted drivers working on city streets. If he hits a hydrant or a parked car, the city gets sued. It's a liability issue, Your Honor.
You cited him for, what was it?
Unlicensed commerce. It was wet, heavy snow.
All the microphones are different. Look at this guy. What is this guy's microphone?
Unvetted drivers working on city streets. If he hits a hydrant or a parked car, the city gets sued. It's a liability issue, Your Honor.
You cited him for, what was it?
Anyways, I'm sure that this is the same channel. This is all this channel does. Courts and crimes. I'm pretty sure because it keeps suggesting it to me, and it's because I commented on one of them. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? There's always this circle around them. Let's watch another one and see if you guys can tell.
They told him the sky belonged to the state. Now he's facing thousands in fines because catching rain on his own roof is considered.
That looks like it could be a real photo, right? I don't know. The plumbing's kind of weird, but that could be a real photo. That has nothing to do with the video.
Theft in Oregon. Watch the judge's reaction.
Sir, I'm 3 miles from the nearest city pipe. If we don't catch the rain, we don't wash our clothes. I'm not selling it. I'm not damming the creek. It's just rain falling on my own roof. How can the county say I'm stealing what was going to hit the dirt anyway?
Your Honor, the issue isn't the collection itself, it's the volume. Mr. Thorne has over 10,000 gallons of storage without a permit under ORS 537-130. By law, that water belongs to the state's general pool, and he's diverting it without a water right.
Inspector, this law was written to stop commercial farms from draining the water table. Mr. Thorne is washing his clothes. I'm staying these fines. Mr. Thorne, fill out the residency exemption paperwork with the clerk today.
They told him the sky belonged. She lost her husband, and now she's about to lose her home. The city wants $15,000.
Nobody can tell in the comments, dude. It's so crazy.
Fix. Watch the
city didn't want that old lady's money. They wanted a land grab. Finally, a judge with a sense of decency and humility.
Exact moment.
This would fool Bert 100%.
This judge decides enough is enough.
Yes, it seems like their story is so crazy, they'd get national attention.
Mrs. Weston, help me understand here. Do you have any savings or family that could help you hire a service to get everything in order?
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I just don't have the money for a lawn service.
Oh my God, the wall just morphed behind her. Watch this area of the wall right here where my cursor is.
Get everything in order?
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. I just don't have the money.
Did you see the wall jump? The wood pattern jumps here.
Sorry, Your Honor. I just don't have the money for a lawn service. I'm alone since my husband passed last year. I can't get the mower started. Most weeks I barely have enough for my groceries and my medicine.
Your Honor, the respondent has failed to remedy the landscape violation since August. We have 154 days of non-compliance at a rate of $100 per day. The total lien amount currently stands at $15,400.
Okay, we need to sort this out. Officer Fink, I'm staying these fines. Let's try to get Mrs. Weston some help.
Yeah, the words are so blurry you can't read any of it.
And contact the city volunteer group to get this lawn cleared for her this weekend. We aren't taking this woman's home.
She lost her husband, and now she's about to lose her home. The city wants $15,000 for code violations she can't afford to fix. Watch the exact moment this judge decides.
That's disgusting. Repeatedly finding a pensioner rather than help her, they should be ashamed.
He broke into a backyard shed to get himself out of the cold when he had nowhere else to go. But the homeowner caught him, and now this Afghan war veteran is facing a judge who is about to change his life.
812 People versus Thomas Grant. Sir, you are charged with criminal trespass and property damage for entering a private structure on North Kedzie.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I'm sorry. I haven't slept in 3 days, and the shelter's a madhouse, people yelling and fighting. I really don't know what to do anymore.
So here's a top comment. Every second of this case felt raw. No filters needed. Except it's AI, bro.
I saw and dealt with a lot of crap over there, I can't imagine.
Yes, sir.
And to know you and many like you are out there in the cold is really such a shame on what this country stands for. Sir, listen, we have some...
Oh my God, look at the judge's eyes. He's reptilian.
Like you're out there in the cold.
Watch his eyebrows above his eyelids.
Sir, listen, we have...
See that weird shift?
Some resources to utilize here. We can get you started with the VA clinical team and transition.
This judge was so right. God bless him. I hope that veteran gets all the help he needs. Veterans deserve so much better than they are treated. It's disgusting and shameful. Why are American war veterans on the streets? We should lower our heads in shame for not helping our soldiers. So bad.
Housing. Okay, I'll dismiss these charges, but please accept that and let's get you off the street, okay?
Crying always looks weird to me in AI. I don't think it looks real. Also... yeah, who's setting up all these fucking... Usually, if we got something like this, it would be like a low-res live stream camera work. Like, we got zooming in, we got multiple camera angles, we got... yeah, it's insane.
Thank you, sir.
That's another thing to bring up. Look, even this very end where he says, "Thank you, sir," we got multiple angles right here. Watch this.
Thank you.
We got 2 angles? How many cameras are in this courtroom?
Sir.
He broke into a backyard shed. If the city says your house smells funny, do they have a right to come inside? Chicago's municipal code says yes, but the Illinois Constitution...
Russia's just laughing their fucking ass off. Top comment on this one says, "No warrant, no entry," and they misspelled warrants.
And the Fourth Amendment say, get a warrant.
So I answer, right? And he just starts asking, who lives here, rah, 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 this and that. I said, okay, bud, slow down. I asked for a warrant or some kind of paperwork, and he said he didn't need it. He just kept saying he's smelling something.
For some reason, it's hyper-focused on his ear.
So, I mean, yeah, that's it.
When I was out there on a 311 call, I'm on the sidewalk and I could smell something rotting coming from the unit. So I knocked on his door and I asked to step inside just to check the plumbing and the walls. Mr. Casper basically told me to F off and stood in the doorway. I couldn't complete the inspection.
Inspector, you know the deal. If there's no smoke and no one's screaming for help, a smell is an emergency. If you wanted in, you should have gone and gotten an administrative warrant. He's allowed to say no to you. I'm not sustaining an obstruction charge for this. Dismissed.
If the city says your house smells fun...
So wild.
Rear end chain...
Oh my God, look at this. Jesus Christ. They got her in a neck brace. For some reason, she's in a quarter zip. Fucking off show. What the... Oh, that's the microphone. I thought that was a zipper.
Reaction that wasn't his fault. This lady in the Mercedes sued him for $850,000, claiming she couldn't work anymore.
God damn, I don't know that they got this accurate yet. It looks like they just did that with a paint marker.
But when he handed the judge Exhibit A, a video of her from 2 weeks ago, the entire courtroom went silent. Watch the moment her scam falls apart.
Your Honor, Dr. Mehta's exams are conclusive.
I have permanent nerve damage. This is not just about the pain. I can't even work anymore.
She's testifying about her own like she doesn't have a doctor there.
Your Honor, I have a video I'd like to submit for the record. It's from an Irvine wedding she attended
The microphone's behind him. He's not at the podium. He's in front of it for some reason.
She's on the dance floor doing a full Bollywood routine.
That's an AI video, clearly.
I think that's fine. No.
Not the same woman. Her dot got a lot smaller.
Seems pretty clear you are attempting to defraud the court. I'm dismissing the case with a referral for insurance.
The judge should also motion to have the doctor that wrote the false diagnosis for her to be investigated as well. Put her in prison for fraud. Dr. Mehta is in on this scam as well. Let's not forget Dr. Mehta is her brother. She should be arrested and charged and jailed for fraud. When they're not scamming, they're planning to scam. Fraud and deport. She should go to prison. And she needs to be deported. Take her to jail. Close the borders. I was a juror with a similar situation. God claimed he had serious back issues and could barely move. Undercover PI caught him at the local car wash with no mobility issues. Yes, jail her doctor too. She outright lied to the judge. 1, permanent nerve damage. 2, can't work anymore. 3, whole life has changed. 3 lies, 3 perjury charges. Sue for insurance. Fraud and perjury. If the doctor submitted a report saying what she claims, charge him with perjury too. BS. Hashtag lock her up. She committed fraud by lying to the court. Hope she spends time in jail. Trump's going to end this.
Fraud. Court's in recess.
After a rear-end chain reaction that wasn't. This Karen is suing her neighbor for turning on his generator to keep his oxygen-dependent father alive during a snowstorm power outage that lasted 37 hours. Hear what the judge thinks about her choices.
Your Honor, I have a medical need for absolute silence. He knows I have migraines, like chronic migraines, okay? He could have taken him to the hospital.
My father's on oxygen and his backup tank ran out. It was literally a life or death situation. I have a small Honda Jenny in the shed, and I ran a cord to the house to keep my dad warm and breathing.
And I'll tell you, ma'am, in my 26 years practicing law, I have never come by such a meritless and cruel lawsuit. Seriously. I mean, seriously. Ms. Savannah, Mr. Romano.
I'm probably getting a shit ton of copyright claims for the background music, aren't I?
That's it. Case is dismissed. Court stands for recess.
This Karen.
All right, let's see what this guy says about them all. But I just wanted to show you, I get so pissed off at that channel, 100%.
Videos blocks me. When will they learn? I tried. The page that makes AI sentencing videos blocks me. When will they learn? I try to be friendly. Now I gotta use my burners again. Let's do this. That baton is very bent, dude. You should get a new.
God damn. That's not a baton, brother.
Now I gotta use my.
Somebody's gotta have the bird and the beast talks with you. That's not a fucking baton.
Burners again. Let's do this. That but.
God damn. Had to wrap it around his leg. Look at that. Bert's like, I used to date a woman back in the 80s that had twice that baton. Blacker, too.
Baton is very bent, dude. You should get a new one. Why did they chain her chair up? Are they worried about her escaping that? Is that her mask or her face? This guy won't stop talking because Sora has to fill all that time with some sort of nonsense. Her handcuffs are there. It sounds like she's chained, but then she gets up.
By the way, background people move occasionally, right? Like they might shrug their shoulders or just shift their weight. Or for some reason, Sora always has the main person like talking and feeling every second. Like they don't even pause to like take a deep breath or think about things. It's like a weird cadence. They never pause, and everybody in the background froze. Like they don't fucking move at all.
And now her handcuffs are kind of gone now? I don't know, it's a mess. Look at all that Sora noise and wobble on their faces. And again, he doesn't stop talking. Those tattoos are bubbling. Camera noise doesn't do that to tattoos. It's a great AI giveaway. Same with here. That tattoo looks like it's in stop motion. And someone check on her. She looks off. I mean, what is happening here? What is he wearing?
Oh, wow, he's got two different outfits on.
Light. Why is there a podium back there? Why is that guard smiling and laughing? Is this guy a lawyer too? Does he have some important forms to fill out?
There it is. Family portraits.
Before he goes to jail? Are her handcuffs tied to a camping rope? That's not safe. And pay attention, dude. Your client just got like 200 years. All of what I just said could have been left in the comments if they weren't filtering them out. They make their videos at least a minute long so they can be...
Same fucking people, dude. Same people doing the same thing with Sora.
Monetized. They aren't labeling their videos as AI as required by TikTok. That can be reported. And I think they've just been caught red-handed. You like that? I thought it was kind of a witty. The page that makes AI sentencing videos block.
God, that account makes me so mad. I fucking hate it, dude. I don't know why I'm getting so worked up over this. It's not even the accounts. It's the people who can't tell. And they're like, Trump will stop these immigrants from doing this to... Oh, God, look at this. This is the guy from Up.
He stood in court for a bounced check, confused and terrified. He swore he had the money.
God damn, those liver spots or age spots, what are they? They're deep, bro.
Watch the exact moment the judge looks at the bank statement and realizes where it all went.
Mr. Arthur, you were charged with writing a bad check for groceries.
Why did they have to add blur to the space between his walker handles? Look at this. There's some important information between those wood posts that go to nothing. What the fuck is that? Sora thinks that's a metal surface. So it knows that this is metal, right? The walker handle's metal. Then it sees this post and it thinks that's sheet metal there. And it added this weird fucking post there. He's got fucking motion blur on his walker.
But you have a perfect...
He's wearing two ties! He's wearing two ties! So help me God. If somebody doesn't in the comments say he's wearing two full-size ties, he's wearing two ties. Well, old people don't always get dressed the best. He's wearing two ties. There's something floating in his water. Another tie. I'm going to read the comments. Oh, my God. I'm going to crash the fuck out, dude. I already read part of the first one. I'm going to crash the fuck out. Dude, I'm about to have... If you've been at this show long enough to know what I'm saying here, I'm about to have a crispy chicken sandwich crash out. If you've heard the McDonald's drive-thru story, it's about to be that level. He's wearing two ties. Two exact same ties. People who steal from the elderly should be given capital punishment. This really pissed me off. Stealing from the elderly is despicable. As a retired caregiver, this is horrible. Looking at how scared he is breaks me. Bless you, Judge. I hope he gets his money back. My heart, I can't breathe. Who would do this to an elderly person? God bless him and the judge. Anyone who steals from an elderly individual should suffer severe consequences. Thank you, Judge, for your integrity. Bravo for protecting the defendant. This really breaks my heart. Being in the medical field for over 30 years, I hope they catch that caregiver, lock them up, and revoke their license or certification. This poor man being taken advantage of just breaks my heart. So glad this man received justice. Hope that he got all of his money back. Thank God for the honest judge with a big heart. I can't begin to express how angry I am at this. Many blessings to this lovely gentleman. May he live out his days peacefully without further elder abuse. Family and neighbors, please follow up and look after this man. Why are people so wicked? This hurts my heart. What happened to this old man? Thank you, Mr. Judge. I fucking hate it here, dude. I'm about to fucking take the Remington retirement plan over some goddamn AI videos.
He stood in court for a bounced check, confused and terrified. He swore he had the money. Watch the exact moment the judge looks at the bank statement and realizes where it all went.
Mr. Arthur, you were charged with writing a bad check for groceries, but you have a perfect record.
I thought I had money, Your Honor.
Sir, I see a $50,000 withdrawal yesterday. Your caregiver cleaned you out. Bailiff issued an arrest warrant for that caregiver immediately.
Yes, Judge. He stood in court for a bounced check.
I wonder, Die with a Smile, Lady Gaga, and Bruno Mars. So they're not monetizing these. Is it just for the views? Like, I don't understand, dude. Your caregiver stole all your money yesterday. I just saw that in your bank statement.
She tried to evict a veteran over a German Shepherd. She claimed
It's so rage baity, dude. It's so rage baity.
it was aggressive. The dog proved her wrong without even barking.
It's never hurt anybody, Your Honor. He detects my seizures.
Why does he have a checkered flag inside his collar?
He's my lifeline.
Everyone in the building is afraid of that dog, Your Honor. I have tenants threatening to break their leases. It's a liability.
She's got, there's two chains here, but only one chain. What the fuck is going on there?
Ma'am, I'm watching the dog right now. He's as cool as a cucumber. And that dog is a medical device, not a pet. I'm dismissing the case. One.
She tried to evict a veteran over a German Shepherd. She claimed it was aggressive. The dog proved her wrong.
Someone says, "Thank you, Judge, for protecting my brother veteran medical dog. This woman just hates dogs. No one hates that beautiful, highly trained dog. They have saved our lives thousands of times in combat ambushes. I bless my brother veteran and that great dog." I hate it here, dude. What the fuck did they wheeled something in for that dog to stand up on to testify? What the fuck is going on? The dog's got a badge. I fucking hate it here.
This veteran has struggled to keep a roof over his kids' heads for the past 3 years.
Why is this? What is that server rack doing? Why is that there?
This veteran has struggled to keep.
What is going? There's a fucking keyboard and a server rack.
Keep a roof over his kids' heads for the past 3 years with his back injury. So the judge does what he can to lighten the load.
Mr. Henderson, the police report says you broke into the supply yard to take a generator because the power was out and your children were freezing. Sir, I'm sorry. Let's get you home. Case dismissed. Go home to your kids.
Your Honor.
This veteran is.
This judge is just like, "You stole a generator? Sir, I'm sorry. Go on home." I truly respect the judge that honors real people. Much respect for the judge. What a great decision. Judge, you are my hero. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, sir, for your service. Let's take care of our veterans. I fucking hate it here. Last one, Trump speech.
I watched Trump's speech in North Carolina today, so you don't have to, and here's my overview. The craziest thing that was said, he says that the part of the world that Melania comes from is perfect and everything is perfect there, and that's why she folds her panties perfectly. I'm going to have to go a little faster here because he spoke for 90 minutes.
In case you missed that, Trump claims that where Melania is from, that part of the world is perfect. And everything there is perfect. And that's why she folds her panties perfectly.
I watched Trump's speech in North Carolina today, so you don't have to, and here's my overview. The craziest thing that was said, he says that the part of the world that Melania comes from is perfect and everything is perfect there, and that's why she folds her panties perfectly. I'm going to have to go a little faster here because he spoke for 90 minutes for an event that he started speaking at 9 o'clock when the doors opened at 6 o'clock for an event room that only holds 4,000 people. All right, in those 90 minutes, he mentioned Biden 16 times, Barack Hussein Obama 4 times, and Hillary Clinton 4 times. He starts off the whole thing saying Merry Christmas, and also there is a war on Christmas, but
Her undergarments, sometimes referred to as panties, are folded, perfect, wrapped. They're like so perfect. I say, that's beautiful. You're not the part of the world you came from. Everything was perfect, no problem. I had these animals trying to attack me at Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, she didn't believe it. There it is.
Her undergarments, sometimes referred to as panties, are folded, perfect, wrapped.
Everything there is perfect. Her panties are perfect. The folds are perfect.
Her undergarments, sometimes referred to as panties, are folded, perfect, wrapped. They're like so perfect. I say, that's beautiful. You're not the part of the world you came from. Everything was perfect, no problem. I had these animals.
No one's talking about it anymore, but just because they're talking about it doesn't mean it's true. There totally is.
There's still a war on Christmas, even though no one's talking about it anymore. They're still there. It's still real.
Still a war on Christmas. He says everything in North Carolina is all fixed from Hurricane Helene, which it absolutely is not, and then says the Democrats didn't do a damn thing about it, and that only on January 20th, when he was inaugurated, was anything done, and then it was all done the first day, and now everything's great. And then immediately the next thing he says is there's so much crime in North Carolina because your governor is a radical left lunatic. He says just yesterday it was announced that inflation is lower than anyone could have expected, which is absolutely not true, and says that all the geniuses who said that it wasn't going to be lower because of the tariffs are totally wrong, and they're not geniuses. I'm a genius. And then he touts the $1,776, which all day today I've been watching people completely disprove the fact that any of that is actually money that he gave out, and it's actually just the BAH that they were going to get anyway. Oh yeah, and he tells the anecdote about how it was $1,775, but he had the brilliant idea that no one else could have figured out to just make it $1 more, which is $1.4 million more. Because he doesn't remember that he was president before, he says no other president has ever thought of reducing drug prices before. And then he says all he had to do was declare that the U.S. is going to pay the same price as the lowest country in the world. It's called most favored nation. And then he says that this is the most important thing to happen in medicine since the founding of our country. I'm just letting you know that penicillin was discovered in 1928. This is a direct quote. The world is bigger than the United States. He then will literally go on, and I'm not joking. This is how part of how it ended up 90 minutes. He bitches about prescriptions and just throws random numbers out there and talks about healthcare for 15 minutes, just saying Democrats want your healthcare to go up. Oh yeah, and as part of that rant, he's going to tell the same anecdote about how he called Emmanuel Macron 3 different times, but he keeps forgetting what he said the last time, and the story keeps changing 3 times in that 15 minutes. I'm not going to talk about all the things he said because he really was just ranting and throwing out random numbers, but he does say at one point, quote, healthcare is probably 50% about drugs. It's less than 10% of the total cost is prescription costs. And then he says this issue alone should win them the midterms. Last thing about healthcare for now, he says what he's going to do is he's going to get a bunch of big insurance companies. He's going to get them into a room with him, and he's going to ask them very kindly if they'd be willing to cut their prices in half. In half. Oh yeah, and then he says the government's probably going to shut down again on January 1st because the Democrats. Here we go again. He said under Democrats you had men and women sports, transgender for everyone, and record crime. I think I'm probably good to take this off, right? He's definitely not going to mention transgender for everyone again. He says Biden looted the treasury for trillions of dollars somehow, and then he also bitches about the Somalis in Minnesota. And then he says about Ilhan Omar, she should be deported, she married her brother, she's a con person, she's full of con, you should get her the hell out of this country. He says Tim Walz is a stupid...
When he talks about this rhetoric and violent rhetoric and people being attacked and shit, then he tells them, you, the people listening to me, should get her out of this country. She doesn't live in North Carolina. Who else is he fucking talking to?
Be deported, she married her brother, she's a con person, she's full of con, you should get her the hell out of this country. He says Tim Walz is a stupid person, then he corrects himself and says that Tim Walz is actually a corrupt, stupid person, and then he says that Mike Lindell is a great person and deserves to be the governor of Minnesota. At some point, I'm probably going to have to do a whole Mike Lindell thing, but I'm pretty sure he's still on trial currently. He says when he gave that prepared speech 2 nights ago that he says himself, he read off the teleprompter for 22 minutes, and then he starts bitching about the charts that people weren't showing, and then says that the Butler chart was his favorite, and then he says, quote, compared to Butler, all charts stink. He does finally tell us which fake news outlets are the most fake news. So this is how he puts it. For fake news, ABC is the worst, then it's NBC, then it's CBS, then it's Marjorie Trader Brown, and then he says that he doesn't like the name Marjorie Trader Brown because if you change 2 of the names in it, it becomes too complicated. And then also he says that she is now a stone cold liberal. This is also funny, so I put it in my notes.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is now a stone cold liberal.
I clicked the first link that I just saw that he happened to be live on YouTube, and it happened to be on Newsmax, and I didn't feel like scrolling away because I had just gotten back from dinner and he had already been talking, and I was like, whatever, I'll just watch it on here. They put on the bottom of there, Trump says MTG is stone cold liberal. Why does she not like him though? Here's the reason that he says. He says because there's 213 people in Congress, 53 people who are senators, and 212 countries, and a family that he has to talk to, so that's why he couldn't call her back, and she's just upset because they couldn't call her back. He literally, I know those numbers are just how many Republicans he thinks is in each of those. He literally thinks that he's only supposed to talk to Republicans about this, which is not what a president's supposed to do. And then there are not over 200 countries, and there certainly are not 212. This might be like a really big ask for me, but I would ask that the president of the country at least knows how many countries are in the world, or at least not be off by like 10%. This is a direct quote. In terms of speech, I think 48 years is the history of the country. And then he starts bitching about eggs again. Okay. At one point he polls the crowd, which was better, 2016 or 20.
Yeah, I think that was the most egregious thing. When he says, you have to get her out of here. Now, he could be saying like, oh, you got to do it. You know, somebody's got to do it. But when somebody's going to take that and say, he told us to get her out of here.
24, and the crowd is very clearly saying 2024. And he says, nah, 2016 was better. I liked beating Hillary. He then will call her very smart, but also very nasty, and he calls her nasty 3 times. And then he said he was going to call her a bitch, but his wife would have gotten mad at him. You almost feel bad for him on this one. He says
he was going to call Hillary a bitch, but Melania wouldn't let him.
And then he said he was going to call her a bitch, but his wife would have gotten mad at him. You almost feel bad for him on this one. He says no one ever tells him that he gives good speeches. He talks about the rumor that he had died from like months back, and then he says that he can play a round of golf, I assume 18 holes, in 2 hours. I haven't played golf in a long time, so I looked it up. On average, 4 to 4.5 hours, 3 hours if you're really good and going really fast. He's neither good nor fast, so I highly doubt it. Maybe it's all the cheating he gets filmed doing on the golf course. I don't know. I'm wasting too much time on it. He says the reason that he's taken 3 yearly exams in 1 year is because he has to prove that he's healthy because people keep saying that he isn't. And then he also took those cognitive tests, which he calls really difficult, and also says that he aced. This is a direct quote. The first question is like, what is this? And they show you a lion and a giraffe and a fish and a hippopotamus, and they say, which is the giraffe? And then he says that it gets much harder, but Joe Biden wouldn't even have gotten that one. This is the Montreal Cognitive Test, which is clearly the test that he's referring to, and it is used for mild cognitive impairment and early dementia. And then he says, like everyone else, at some point he's not going to be at 100%, but when he isn't at 100% anymore, he's going to tell you, and it says that actually you'll probably just be able to tell by the way he's speaking. Brother, I have to tell you right now that I built 500,000 followers on the fact that you cannot speak English correctly. He says, and he posted this to True Social earlier too, that the reason that unemployment is up at 4.5% is because they're getting rid of all the government jobs, but then immediately says that all those government jobs that they're getting rid of, all those people are going into private sector jobs, and the government is helping them find jobs. So if that was true, then in fact the unemployment rate wouldn't change at all, but it is changing, and it has nothing to do with government jobs. He says that Biden, whenever he would hire people, for every one job, he would hire 10 people. And then he makes this claim that he made 2 nights ago, but it was so crazy that I'm bringing it up as part of the newish things that he's saying. He said, in 12 months, we're going to build 1,600 electric generation facilities, which I did the math last time he said that. 4.5 every single day. Complete electric plants, 4.5 every single day. He says he's an aesthetic person, except for with women, he'll take any woman. And then he starts talking this long-winded thing about how he looks at chairs the way that other people look at beautiful women. So JD Vance, he is out here just banging couches, and Trump is out here just literally getting horned up over chairs. He says the anchors on Fox News are great, but their pollster really sucks. I've actually seen other people, even people who are like way left-leaning, tend to praise Fox's polling, because Fox's polling actually tends to be pretty accurate, and Fox's polling says that he is doing horrible and no one supports him, which of course is why he says he hates them. He says no tax on tips is going to start next year, and then he brings up a waitress and says that she's going to be saving so much money, and then asks her to say a couple words, and the only thing that she can say is that because of the thing that's going to start next year, she's already saved $5,000 to put down on a house. These people aren't just in a cult, they're also dumb. Had she listened to what he said before and had word comprehension, then she would have realized that what she said made absolutely no sense. But no one in the crowd did. They all just cheered. Then a congressperson comes up and says that he's starting this tour here in North Carolina. He literally did the same speech 3 days ago in Pennsylvania. Direct quote from Trump: every state run by a Democrat is a failure. California is the 4th largest economy in the entire world. And then he says transgender for everyone twice again. And then he says that DC is totally safe and that terrorist attack doesn't count. And then he says that 2 hours ago, we did strikes on Syria. This is your president of peace, of course. And then he said he cut funding for schools that were doing transgender insanity. And then he says that he ended the chemical and surgical mutilation of children 4 different times. Then he says they have all the evidence that Mar-a-Lago was raided illegally, which it wasn't. And then he says that he's in this weird thing where he's suing himself, but he's just going to give all of that money to charity. And then he says, maybe I'll just give myself $1 billion and not give it to charity and keep it. And then he says, just kidding. Now I'm going to speed run the things that he said that he repeats all the time. Prescriptions are cut by 300, 400, 500, 600%. Gas is $1.99. You can get your drugs on TrumpRx.gov. 25 million people entered illegal. 13,000 of them this time were murders, but still half of them were multiple murders. 1 year ago, our country was dead. Now we're the hottest country in the world. He brought in 18 trillion. 2020 was rigged ×4, and you haven't heard the last of it. 0 people entered for the last 7 months, and liberals say that. He ended 8 wars in 10 months. He destroyed the Iran nuclear program. And then he talks about the transgender, long-distance race, the weightlifting, the Olympic boxer, Mount McKinley, Gulf of Mexico. There you go. I watched Trump's speech in North Carolina today, so you don't have to, and here's my overview. The craziest thing that was said, he says that the part of the world that Melania comes from...
I think Trump RX, with what the healthcare subsidies, I think Trump RX is going to be a bigger scam than people are giving it credit for. And I think he's got a bunch of the companies in his pocket already. A bunch of the pharmaceutical companies are going to play into that. That'll be money he makes, his family will make for years to come when he sets up Trump RX. For prescriptions or whatever. I think that's probably pretty scary, honestly. All right, guys, that's it. It's after 2 a.m. here. Sorry. I know we got started late. We went shopping today, got the boys a bunch of Christmas presents and shit down at Knoxville Mall. Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Oh, Mariah ran me over at the wheelchair. So there you go. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Support the stream if you can. That's how we pay the bills. I know it's tied around the holidays, but bills still need to be paid if it's something you're into. I'm not forcing anybody to do anything. If you can, if you want the show to keep going, go to the link that Dr. J just dropped, make a donation, leave a message. We'll read it live on air. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Meggie says, only cause you asked, I'm a 5-year watcher from OZ, from Oz. Thank you very much. Megsy Reels. Thank you very much. I don't know why I couldn't say your name. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you on the next one. Love you. See you. Bye. That was
about if this dude
5 6-packs from Megsy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet.
Hey,
by
Daddies,
name,
it's me,
and
the
tell
Linda
them
one.
who they are and telling the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Opened his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped them to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between.
We did go to the Cheesecake Factory and we got some pieces of cheesecake, so
Shoulder and said, "This is good."
that was a big deal, huh? I don't eat dessert very often. I don't crave it or like it or whatever. But man, I could put away some cheesecake.
Come on, seriously. This mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a. Oh my God, damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit.
I know my rights.
You know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They rework and copy on